It worked. Hold on 1 second. I didn't expect it to work well, but
hey guys.
Sorry, StreamYard is not easy to use, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've heard it's very difficult.
Oh my gosh, it's a painful freaking. It is a painful application, but it does work overall better than OBS, like in general. But like, I think the main reason why I don't like it right now is because I don't understand it. You know what I mean? But I do know that if I can get used to using this, that this will actually help me in the long run. Let me pin this message. And that is the pinned thing. Okay. And then
pretty sure there's like a crazy delay with StreamYard. I think it's like 5 seconds.
It doesn't seem to be very bad. I mean, 5 seconds is nothing, bro. Like, that's nothing. You know? For anybody, I also pin this if you love your wife. Oh, man, that's kind of messed up. I do love my wife, but I can't pin your message because I got to pin my StreamYard link.
I'm telling Hannah.
She's probably watching. Maybe. I don't know. You know? But I'm hoping that this actually goes well, because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. What's up, Anthony?
What's up?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, this is kind of like a thing that I want to start being able to do more often, where it's pretty much kind of like a show where there's going to be like a docket of some kind, like a thing that's going to be planned, but then like the majority of the stream not being planned. Because the problem that I have is hosting a stream with a very specific topic and then that topic not working out the whole time. Like, I do like an invasion stream and then nobody sends me a damn like stream like the whole time because like they just can't find one. And or they send me like one that's like brain rot that absolutely just kills me mentally after one debate, and then I'm just
got you, like, bro. Just go debate Blackout again, bro. Too easy.
No, I don't want to do that. That's horrible.
Why, bro? Come on.
Hell no. Anthony, I don't know if you want to do this, man, but it seems there's a bunch of people waiting in Discord. You might want to tell them that.
Oh yeah, I can pop the StreamYard to them.
It seems like they're
Guys, next Bryce J stream after this one's gonna be a really fun one, so y'all should all tune in.
What's the next one after this?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I know about it. I might stream one more time before that, but I do know what you're talking about.
You're gonna stream the day before? You're like tomorrow?
I probably.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not streaming Friday.
Yeah, obviously.
So maybe Saturday or Sunday. Absolutely. If this
Thursday for
starts
sure.
working out and this starts actually being worth doing, I'll be doing these like really consistently because it'll be actually a lot easier to create topics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we're just going to wait a little bit here for people to start just kind of rolling in, and then we'll kind of get to some stuff here. So,
hey, somebody just put this in your Discord. They said, if atheism true, then why does Goku turn into Super Saiyan God and not Super Saiyan science?
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, man.
Huge argument right there, bro.
Absolutely. Oh, we got the goober goggles on, dude. I always got them on me. It's just too easy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go.
What? Bryce, I'm gonna have to get a picture of me handing it to you just for the memes.
Sparky, thank you so much for becoming a supporter. I see that on there. Thank you so much. I'm not using I'm not using OBS Studio, so I don't have my cool thing that like pops up. Use this as a banner. Oh. Wow. I'm trying to figure out how this app works. So Currently just working on that. Hey, what's up, apophatic?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm trying to figure out how to make this stuff work because apophatic. Yeah.
Apathetic.
Egg, just the egg says unk. What's going on, man?
So real.
This
I
your
wish
first
I-
StreamYard?
Yeah. And so far, I'm not doing so hot. I didn't get very much time to set it up beforehand. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like once I get some time to actually mess with this stuff, I'm gonna make this like super.
Someone said apophatic face reveal right now.
I don't even want him to do that, man. I don't even think he's 18.
Don't worry, man. You don't want to get mogged. You really don't want to get mogged.
Doesn't want to get mogged.
Whenever you see my face, dude, you're gonna melt.
Melt.
Pause.
Melt, bro.
Pause.
You're like, dang.
Apophatic, do not face reveal. Let's hope it's not going to be an Egan situation.
Okay, buddy.
That's funny.
I don't think it'll be an Egan situation.
Dude, I need to see. Is there like options in here for it to show super chats or like make noises or something? Oh, look. Oh, I figured it out.
Unk playing with the.
Oh, I got a copy.
I got
a copy Taco, bro.
Yeah, dude.
All right, someone get Schoolboy in
Bro,
here.
Taco has been begging me in DMs, begging me to join up for debates every single night.
Yeah, he's been doing the same thing with me, man. Like literally the next night after my debate, he literally was like, "Yo, man, Christian dropped out of another bloodbath tonight. Are you trying to hop in?" And I'm like, "Fuck
yeah."
No,
Taco sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 messages in the past few days. I thought he hated me.
Wait,
Like, he
low
knows my
key
entire
twin.
story.
Me and you should do a bloodbath against two guys.
It depends on the
Low-key?
topic.
You two against two men? Damn."
Bro, you know what I mean, bro. Like this is why we don't like Bryce, bro. Such a pig.
So anybody that is, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. So anybody who's currently watching right now, and anybody that's going to be on Discord, two men.
Hey, bro. Y'all are
Okay,
weird.
dude.
But anybody that's in Discord, there's a channel that's specifically called Submissions for Stream. If you want any of us to react to anything that's in that, I am welcome to do that. I will gladly take a look at something, whether or not it's brain rot or whether or not that it is something that you maybe want refuted because maybe it's a TikTok video that's giving you mad shubahat.
Not possible.
You know what I'm saying? Either one. Let me make sure that I can do this correctly once I actually do it. So give me a second here. So if I do that, right? Application window. Okay. There we go. On the day of judgment, the Theotokos will hand Christ the sword that cuts out your blaspheming tongue, as said by Joel Osteen. Okay. It worked.
Too real.
That is so real. I made it work. Bryce Jazel. Jazel? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. All
Who do y'all
right.
think's a better philosopher, Bryce J or Hegel?
Hegel? I haven't even read Hegel, man. I can't even try to
You can't read Hegel.
I can't?
Nobody can read Hegel. They'll never understand him.
Oh.
There's actually a guy at my church who has a master's on like specifically Hegel philosophy.
I've read John Poinsot.
Sounds like a Jew.
Bryce Jagle.
Bryce Jagle.
Bryce Jagle. You guys don't know who John Poinsot is, and that makes me happy. It makes it to where I can't get outed as a Latinizer now. W.
You're not beating the allegations, Bryce.
You don't know who that
Never
is,
been
Basil?
allegations.
You don't know who John Poinsot is?
No. I don't
That's
care.
John. That's John of St. Thomas, bro.
Did you just say saint?
That's his name. That's literally what his name
Don't care. Don't care. You still
John
said
of
saint.
Thomas.
No, you're
I
not
still
being.
say-
You're not
I still
being,
say
Obviously, I don't
saint.
agree. Obviously, I don't agree with it.
I mean,
but
of
that's his
course
name.
you do,
Obviously, I don't
apophatic.
agree. Obviously, I don't agree that he's
Wow.
a saint. I definitely don't believe he's
Nah,
a
you're
saint.
done, buddy. You're
But that's
done.
his title that
It's
he
his
gives.
official name. His official
How
title.
do we
Standing
call in?
next to your priest,
Meow
buddy.
meow 8888. If you want to call in, the StreamYard link is pinned.
Okay. Who said anthophatic?
Anthelphatic, dude.
Dear God.
What's going on, Jay? Okay, bye, Jay. Okay, just so you guys are aware, if you guys actually connect to the StreamYard and then you put your name in and connect to it, I'm gonna bring you up here. So if you don't want to be out of nowhere put on the spot, then don't request to join, silly. Hold on, I gotta post this this stream in the
Orthophatic.
server as well. I forgot to do that.
Wait, let me come on my Ortho chat account.
Your Ortho chat account.
Bro, you're not
Click on
repping.
StreamYard. What do you mean I'm not repping, Basil?
Not repping, bro.
That's what Yanni told me to do. Boss man.
Rep.
Too bad Yanni doesn't have jurisdiction over here, buddy.
Yanni has universal ordinary jurisdiction over the entire internet.
Can you prove that?
Okay. Premise 1. Yanni.
I
is a
deny
part of
first
the
premise.
finale. What's gonna be the denial? Is it gonna be, based off the form or the matter?
Based off the form.
I thought apophatic was 14. How does he sound like he's 20?
It's actually 12.
Actually, this is how I've sounded since I've been 12. So
That is so
Wow.
cap. I remember Squeaker Apophatic debating Jay Dyer.
squeak. I was not even a squeaker then, bro. Why do you call yourself Orthodox Scotus? I don't believe in the formal distinction.
Oh man.
Oh no. Bryce's first StreamYard is already getting cooked.
No,
I'm not beefing with nobody
We're
at
not
all.
beefing, bro.
Bro is on 1 milligram of test. Is that a lot? That I feel like that's not very much.
I feel like that's a very lesser amount.
I used to be on these booster things that were called animal stacks. This shit was awesome. It was
That sounds like a type of Viagra. I can't lie.
It wasn't Viagra, man. It wasn't Viagra. Okay.
They were called what?
It was called animal stack.
Animal?
You can't tell me that don't sound
Animal
like Viagra,
stack.
chat.
It's not Viagra, man. It's not Viagra.
Animal stack?
Yeah, bro. Can you stop freaking making it sound like I'm speaking French? Like what?
Let me look it up. Let me look it up and see if this is just.
Is my freaking song just infinitely playing? Hold on.
Yeah.
Wow, it is. That's crazy. Give me a
Something
second.
that, I don't know, Miko would take or something.
It's a. No.
Yeah, animal stack? I don't know, bro.
Bro, that's so freaking.
Bryce
cooked,
J's
man.
cooked, bro.
No, I was laughing at Basil's face. The face he does whenever he's trying not to laugh.
Even if there's some kind of debate as well that you guys want reviewed, if there's any form of, I'm just trying to say what criteria is okay with me. Some kind of video with somebody fully, I don't know if you guys remember the other day, but that one evangelical person that called us orthodogs and Catholics. That guy was funny. I enjoyed reacting to that. So,
I remember I was running deliveries when that stream was going on.
oh yeah, that was a funny stream. That was honestly kind of an experimental run of me just doing whatever and just hoping it works. Just having everything stick. I'm just trying to figure out specifically here how to work this shit better so that before I start trying to get into anything, I don't break it. So bear with me, chat and people that are in here. But this is a call-in show, so if anybody in the chat wants somebody to come up here and try to have a conversation, no, there won't be any dogpiling. But
Unless
this
you want
is...
to dogpile.
Yeah, unless you want to be dogpiled, you just have to consent first. But
We don't do
Okay.
consent. We don't do
Listen.
consent in here.
I gotta drop this motherfucker. What?
You could say that on YouTube, bro.
Sorry, dude. I dropped you
We
just
can joke on him.
personally.
We can joke on him.
I personally dropped you. Gotta do what I gotta
No doing that next stream, buddy.
Don't do what?
I said you can't do that next stream, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we'll do first, because we're kind of just vibing right now. We are going to talk about terminology differences between the Metaphysical Christology and our Christology.
Yes, I just had a debate on this earlier.
We're going to get invested a little bit here in it because I think that it's something that needs to be addressed more, especially in our view, because a lot of people don't actually understand pretty much how to actually defend diophysitism, and they collapse themselves into Nestorianism by accident all the time. So, Bryce, is it like bright inside, or do you like looking swag? I like looking swag, and there, and
Yeah,
also I do have a big ass ring light. You can see it in the thing. That's very annoying. So I also do that.
Yeah, Bryce, we enumerate the natures by division, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Before we get into that, Bryce, I want to ask you an unrelated question.
Sure.
Why did you look so orange in that debate that you did?
I honestly don't know, dude.
Like, you looked orange and pink in your face, and it was really...
Yeah, I know.
really
And
weird.
then freaking Wi-Fi Gospel was saying that I had boomer camera energy, and I was getting angry.
It was like boomer camera, bro. I'm sorry. It's just...
Dude, I actively was trying to figure out how to not appear orange because I saw it myself. I was looking at the camera and I was like, why am I orange?
I was like, does Bryce have a spray tan or something? Does he have
No,
some Trump stuff
I got a
going
spray
on?
tan for my debate, man. I got a spray tan for my debate. That's the way it is. That's funny. People are starting to roll in on the chat now, so that's good. Yeah, just I definitely dropped the ball today though, because I did not even announce that I'm streaming until I think 2 or 3 p.m. or no 3:30 p.m. today or something like that. So kind of took a little bit of an L with that, and as well as the fact that I wanted to randomly decide to run a Streamyard stream, but not actually know how to use Streamyard. So that's my bad. Okay. So some of the stuff that I'm going to be referencing before we start getting into this stuff deep is a book. So I'm going to be quoting a lot from this specific book just to kind of like run through everything that we're going to get into, and then we'll kind of dive deeper into the stuff that matters. Hold on a second. Mr. Fist for $5 says Orange Man Rad. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. That's makes
Roman
me feel
Catholic
great.
argument against Bryce J. Orange Man bad.
Orange Man bad. I declare Orange Man bad. So the book that I'm going to be quoting though from is Kenneth Wesch's book, Defense of Chalcedon in the 6th Century. That is one of the Christology books that I've read recently, so I have a ton of notes on that we can walk through, kind of just talking about Ephesus to Chalcedon, Saint Justinian and Constantinople too, and things like that. And I think it'll be actually pretty informative. It's not going to be a direct lecture. That's something that I'm going to do more in the future when I do like the members only, like 4-hour long whatever lectures that I normally do. This is kind of just going to be informal. I promise, guys, I'm not going to lock down this stream. Okay, the Orthodog Call-in things that I'm going to be doing are always going to be free in every way. I'm never going to lock these down. So the only thing that I am going to lock down on my page, like I promised before, is my full lectures that I actually prepare days of content for. That's different. Jim Bob. Made by Jim Bob. Can I have that shirt? No, you cannot. This is actually one of my favorite shirts. Yeah, I think I've said that to you 3 times now, Jim Bob. I'm not going to lie, because you always come in here when I'm wearing like a fancy shirt, and then you ask me to have the shirt. But you see, I'm just the Hawaiian shirt king. That's simply what I am. I always have the Hawaiian shirts that I need, for any occasion. I do need to fix my light though. Do I look orange right now? I don't think I look orange right now. I think I'm good. How many super chats for the shirt?
Yes, you
bro?
do.
I look orange. Oh,
A little bit. A little bit on the face. You gotta get
Yeah.
that camera, bro.
Yeah. Anthony for Anthony for $20. This is
That's
$5. Thank you. I appreciate the $20. Somebody on my panel sent me $20. Thank you. Gosh, it looks so bad when you're up here doing that.
Nah, bro, that's $5.
Did you send it in like a goofy currency or something?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, I've done voice cracks during during readings before, and my friend calls me out for it every time.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and switch it to this. And then let me go ahead and switch this thing up here. Stop screen. Now I go to screen share. Oh, dude, this actually is low-key efficient, man. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Boom. Can you guys see that all right? Apophatic for $5 says this is actually $5. Bryce, why does your character actually have hair? That's crazy.
Just wondering.
I don't know. I gave it a picture of me. I told it to try to make one of those Fallout style characters and then save the information, and it was way nicer to me than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the AI has some issues or something. It's not very accurate.
Okay, bro.
Okay, I'm joking.
See, exactly. Thank you, Ron. I do have hair, so stop cyberbullying me.
Just not as much as your AI character gave it.
Is the Orthodog thing supposed to be what the video you reacted to? Yeah. I decided to just kind of like carry on with that and continue. Because freaking other people on the channel started calling themselves Orthodogs, so I decided to just go for it. That was a funny name. When I saw that guy call us that. So give it a month and Bryce will be green. Bro. I'll kill you in Minecraft. Anyway. Let me go ahead and pull this general stuff up here. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where we would start just to make sure. I think that the big thing that we want to go ahead and touch on, right, is the definition of hypostasis, especially in the fathers. Okay. That's one of the parts that matters the most, is actually understanding the definition of hypostasis and the way that it is used in the fathers. A lot of the Monophysites will try to quote things in a way with the fathers that basically treat hypostasis like it doesn't actually mean like primary substance per se, or that it doesn't mean a subject of a nature, rather that it is just an incarnate nature itself. Okay. And we're going to be showing stuff for that. And anybody else who's up on this panel, you guys are more than welcome to display what you have as well, if you wish to jump in, because this is informal. So this is kind of just talking about stuff in a general way. Okay. So here's something that I always bring when they attempt to try to bring saying that like hypostasis always means nature in their view. You can actually quote the specific section from Saint Cyril of Alexandria in his third anathema against Nestorius. He says, if anyone shall after the hypostatic union divide the hypostases in the one Christ, joining them by that connection alone, which happens according to worthiness or even authority and power, and not rather by a coming together, which is made by a natural union, let him be anathema. So the big thing that matters here is that even though that they'll say that there's like some kind of non-subsistent human hypostasis, they actually wouldn't say though that there was a coming together of two actual hypostases, like in terms of them both being concrete, I guess per se. If you quote me if I'm wrong here, apophatic or Basil, but this is kind of something that matters. Ron says, what website do you use to make the slide stuff? That's really neat. These aren't slides. These are just notes. So these are just my notes. I use ClickUp for my notes. I use it's my note-taking app. So me go ahead and put this on here as well. All right, Kenneth. This is also from the Kenneth Wesch book, The Defense of Chalcedon in the 6th Century, Section B, page 13. It says, in his writings against Nestorius, Cyril taught that a union of two natures constituting one incarnate nature of the Logos. He derived this formula from an Apollinarian forgery, but the letter ad Jovanium, believing it to be a genuine letter of St. Athanasius, which is not a problem. There's no issue with that. Okay, that is something that is commonly known nowadays, is that the actual formula itself, he thought it was from St. Athanasius. It wasn't. It's commonly known that ad Jovanium is something that is known today to be from Apollinaris. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's just something that's pretty much referenced because it's a specific language that you can see abused by the people that came after Cyril that rejected the way that we saw that. Right? The way, because if you notice, a lot of the way that the Monophysites try to actually purport one incarnate nature of the Logos, they usually purport it in the way that Apollinaris would purport it, and that's why it's funny. Because of this thing right here. So by such language, St. Cyril emphasized the faith of Nicaea, which attributed to the one Logos, the Son of God, and not to Christ as another subject, all the events of the Incarnation, including his birth of the Blessed Virgin and his death on the cross. Obviously, we know that Apollinaris agreed with that, because he affirmed that that there was one person, there was a composite nature per se, rather, but it was a way different understanding. Because if I remember correctly, and anybody can kind of quote me on this if this is not exactly correct, but there is, if I remember correctly, the way that Apollinaris believes in there was no communicatio idiomatum. Rather, there was a destruction pretty much of the idioms of the humanity, and the divine nature pretty much completely took over those idioms. So it was not the same, of course, as Cyril's understanding, because he does consistently say that the natures retain what they are, right? The properties retain after the union. We got to get some Leontius of Byzantium in here. It's more like Leontius of Jerusalem, brother. We don't really like to quote from Leontius of Byzantium anymore, because he was a little bit of an originist. A little bit. So that's actually one of the reasons why he's seen that way. Leontius of Jerusalem, though, he is a very, very, very good writer against the Monophysites. Absolutely. His main work against the Monophysites is, in my opinion, one of the best refutations of the Severian Church in general. So, yeah. Basil and apophatic, are you guys here too?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Church Fathers for 500, please. I would do that game again, but I feel like people that play would remember the life, and they'd remember the answers. I haven't made a new one yet.
If you make a new one, I'll be the first one on there, and I'm gonna win it. Okay, because I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just that good.
You're that good, huh?
Exactly. Wait, let me see. Is Basil here? Basil.
While he's waiting, let me go ahead and just drop him for now, so we have more space up here just for now. He'll come back up. So that thing I just said, by the way, about Leontius of Byzantium, Anthony, I actually have a note specifically about that from St. Vladimir's Theological Quarterly. This is in Hypostasis and in Hypostatos in Neo-Chalcedonian Christology from Kalinic Berger. While this doctrine was formerly attributed to Leontius of Byzantium, it is no longer, and the discussion has shifted in recent years to subsequent figures such as Leontius of Jerusalem, Maximus the Confessor, and John of Damascus. The question continues to produce considerable scholarship, most notably that of Yue Lang, Benjamin Gleed, and Johannes Zachhuber, and others. So yeah, our doctrines that we derive, our terminology that we derive used to be from Jerusalem and from Byzantium, but it's pretty much commonly known in the church now that we're just not going to use Leontius of Byzantium for terminology regarding things like anhypostaton and whatnot, because he had a different understanding of what that actually meant, because he held Origenist Christology. The Oriental Orthodox will say a natural union denotes a natural henosis of the two into a convergence. How do we respond to this? you have anything for that, apophatic? What do you think about that?
The Oriental. Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah,
chat.
what I have on the chat right now.
The Orientals will say a natural union denotes a natural henosis of the two into a convergence. How do we respond to this? Okay. A natural union denotes a natural henosis. Well, it depends on how you understand how the union occurs, or henosis, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right. So, just saying a natural union denotes a natural henosis, or a sort of union, it depends on what kind of unity you're talking about. What kind of henosis here?
I mean, I guess, like when I'm also kind of thinking about it, right? Like when they say that like it's a natural union, obviously they have a different understanding of that than like what we would call that, right? Because like if you were saying that we affirmed like a natural union or a theological union or something like that, that doesn't make very much sense unless you denote a hypostasis that the union's in. Right.
Yeah.
So like, because if you say that it's like a union of two natures, right, a natural union per se, that there has to be some kind of subject that's grounded in, right? The union itself needs to be grounded in a subject, and if it's not grounded in a subject, then it's pretty much not like there's no union. That's actually an argument that's made by Leontius of Jerusalem. He actually makes an argument like that, saying that if the logos is not the subject of the union, rather than he is the union itself, then there is no union, because there's no actual subject of that union. When you say that the nature is just defined Christ when they're one, like itself.
I'd agree with that as well. It's just, I don't think this necessarily follows though. Just saying that there's a natural union. It depends on what you mean by a natural union.
Yeah, true.
Very much.
P1, human nature. P2, divine nature. Conclusion, Nestorius. Yep. If they retain, then it's two persons. No.
Saint Hilary of Poitiers is just like, just a Nestorian, right?
Literally, yeah, you're just sitting there. It's funny too, because I actually brought that up the other day to somebody. I think his name is Armenian Pilgrim in one of the Discord servers. He's a Meophysite himself, and I quoted like all these things from Saint Ambrose, and then I did like a little polemic move, and I basically showed something from Severus of Antioch, letter 14, where he says that he anathematizes anybody who says that Christ is in two natures, when Saint Ambrose verbatimly says that Christ is in two natures.
Right.
And like Severus is anathematizing Ambrose, bro. GG's. Is that what you want to do now? Dr. Saint Reverend Honorable Agan. Wow. That's insane, bro.
He can't tell you how humanity, divinity being parts works.
You there, sped up?
Yo.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Not much, just chilling.
Nothing much, man. Hanging out. You said you wanted to have a discussion. I just said that'd be perfect actually to have up here. I'm gonna go grab one of my drinks real quick, and then I'll be back. I need to go refill my water, and then we can talk about whatever that you want to do. Right. Y'all see when Sig did the switcheroo with Saint Leo and Saint Ambrose? I do remember that. Yeah,
that was funny.
That was very funny. Bryce, you brought me forgeries, which I couldn't find in Latin or Greek. You admitted that it was in Latin, you dog. I know you're lying. I have the freaking screenshots. You admitted that you found that in Latin. And they're not actually in of themselves forgeries. Just because you can't personally find them in like what, the PG or the PL or something like that. They're also referenced from St. Justinian, and there's no evidence that those things themselves are forgeries. That's a ridiculous accusation. I'll be right back.
What kind of discussion did you want to have?
Essence energy distinction.
All right, when Bryce gets back, I think we can have an informal talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of question, though?
Yeah, it's pretty simple questions, just like basic knowledge. Like, obviously, y'all hold to what Paul Amos says, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like for example, saying that the essence is greater than the energy is correct.
In some sense, yeah.
Some sense. Okay. So when Paul Amos is talking about in a sense, what does he mean by that?
When he says in a certain respect.
In
So
a certain respect, okay.
yeah, we wouldn't say the energies are ontologically distinct from the essence.
Mhm.
We wouldn't. Yeah,
Okay.
the energies are not. When
So
Saint Gregory
yeah,
Palamas
yeah.
speaks of the essence of being as being greater, he's not talking about something that's like ontological.
Okay. So, so the essence is ontologically or not ontologically greater than the energy is correct.
Absolutely not. No one would
Okay.
use that language.
No, I mean,
Okay.
like if you're somebody that like I don't know how much you're into scholasticism sped up, but like like do you know like material identity is?
Yeah.
Like the essence and the energies are materially identical.
They're the same res,
Mhm.
right? But when
So
we say that
yeah.
they're greater, we're
Mhm.
talking about in comprehension. So their
Okay.
comprehensibility or participation.
They're
Okay.
incapable of actually being known, which is why they're great, which is why the essence is greater in terms
Yeah.
of its referent.
It's imparticiple,
Okay.
while the energies are participle, which makes it in that sense greater.
Okay. So
Not in a-
so what would conclude or what would you define as a real distinction then? If there's material identity between them,
the
is
I mean,
there
scholastic
saying
still
definition,
just
or
there's a real distinction?
yeah, our view, like in terms of a real distinction, is simply just a distinction that is prior to the human intellect. It's something that exists in God, and rather we're just inquiring on the distinction when or discovering the distinction, rather than inventing it. All right. So like a conceptual distinction is an invention, or a logical distinction, especially like in the Thomistic model. It's something that originates from the man and ascends to the referent or God, but it doesn't actually have a foundation in the thing itself. Rather, it's just what we make up. Our distinction is entirely prior to the intellect, and it's just inquired upon. We're inquiring upon God's own distinction, something that He knows in of Himself, and we're just knowing where we're just inquiring and understanding to a degree Himself, what He truly is.
Mhm.
Okay. So you can't know him of his essence, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but you can know him off his like operations, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't know the essence at all, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So it's really interesting because would you like I was thinking about this. Would you say that if we say that we're like ignorant of the essence, would you say that we would be ignorant of God as well?
If we're ignorant of essence, we would be ignorant of God.
This sounds like eunomianism right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that sounds like the eunomian premise, brother.
Can you pull up
Mhm.
St. Basil's letter 234 on the screen,
Yeah.
Bryce? Yeah, thank
Oh
you.
yeah. I already have it up here. That's
What's
why I was going
all
for
right?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
because we know that from the energies that the essence exists.
Okay,
So we're not
so
ignorant
so
of the.
so the energies don't necessarily come from the essence. So, but we still know the energies because of God's
What do you mean
essence.
they don't come from the? When did I ever say that?
No, I'm asking that. I'm just
Oh, you're asking.
Yeah, I'm
No, they
asking
do
that.
flow forth from the essence. You understand the
Okay.
distinction between the operator, the operation, the operative, and the effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so St. John Damascene, in his exposition, outlines the operation, that would be the energy, the operator, right? The person who is, energizing or performing the energy. And there's going to be
Okay.
the, operative, which is going to be the essence, which is the principle of the energy. So
Mhm.
we would just say the energy flows forth from the person due to the principle of it, which is just going to be the essence.
It's inherent
So
in the essence.
so
Yeah.
so
It's inherent
so
in the
you-
essence. It doesn't like come out from it like a literal,
Mhm.
but in terms of logical ordering, yes, it does.
Okay, so the energies do come from the essence.
In logical ordering, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, don't know what to say to that, but okay. So the energies come from the essence. Okay.
Yep.
But we
in terms of
we,
logical priority, just not in terms of like actually coming out of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
They don't possess their own substance, right? They don't have like they're
yeah,
they're not like a primary substance like a hypostasis would be.
yeah.
So the energies flow. They don't. So when they come forward, but wouldn't that like signify? Never mind. No. Yeah, because I'm trying to process this right now. So energies flow from the essence. The energies come from the essence, but they don't obtain their own substance. Yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense. We would still understand that the operations still come from the essence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So like we understand that it's coming from the essence, right? In terms of it, the way that it's manifesting, we know that the referent of that thing overall is the essence of God. We just don't actually know what the essence is without some form of operation denoting it. So it's therefore in of itself entirely unknowable.
Yeah, it's entirely unknowable.
But wouldn't we be able to say that we know the essence of God because we see the operations?
I mean, that's the only way that we would know. The only thing we could know about the essence is the fact
What
that
do you mean we
exists
see energies,
because
by the
there's an
way?
operation.
What do you mean we see energies?
You can see like God working, not like
Well,
not like actually like being able to
see,
see. You know what I mean by
what-
that?
What do you mean by see?
Like being able
About
to
like with your physical eyes or what?
no, not physical eyes. Obviously, that's like through the grace of God, maybe it might be possible, but like physically, like right now, it's impossible. But I'm talking about if we were to like focus down and try to like feel God, then we would be able to feel and see Him, not like in a physical way.
Yeah, noetic.
Yeah, this sounds
spiritual.
this sounds like Orthodox doctrine right here.
This is like the noose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just how.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I do want to touch on the real distinction again, because that's quite important. Whenever we're speaking of a real distinction, I don't want to say that we're classifying the essence and the energies as a real in the scholastic sense of the definition of real, right? So within scholasticism,
It's not
there's
real
going to be
simpliciter.
simpliciter, yeah, like a division of res. But in scholasticism, the division of distinctions kind of work like this. There's going to be a lack of identity, which is what a distinction is in the scholastic system. And it's either going to be lack of identity prior to the intellect or a lack of identity after the consideration of the intellect. So lack of identity prior to the intellect is going to be either between a formal distinction, real distinction, major real distinction, minor real distinction, right? And then you're going to have after the consideration of the intellect, which is
A minor virtual inadequate distinction of reason.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much that. So we would hold to more of the formal distinction or formal actual distinction, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's better definitely just to kind of like refer to it. I know that like apophatic kind of just calls it a formal distinction, but like when you're defining it, right, it's a lot better to just simply call it a formal actual distinction, just because that's the specific terminology that was used. Or just calling it a real distinction and then clarifying that it's not. Well,
calling it a real distinction can cause some issues with people.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the thing is that like obviously like you don't have to subscribe to scholasticism to define EED. So like because Palamos didn't do that. So it like kind of depends on the way that you're attacking things, right? Like
you can just describe it. It's a distinction prior to the intellect that exists objectively in God. I mean, that doesn't violate simplicity.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you can simply just state that it is. Right, you could just state that it is a distinction that is prior to the intellect, and that it's seen truly in God, and that we inquire on it. If that's how you want to do that instead, nothing wrong with that. RC says, "Isn't it called cat epinoia or something?" There's some people. There's some people that kind of hold to that, but cat epinoia means so many different things through the fathers that it's really hard to pinpoint whether or not we would call EED cat epinoia. But we do know that some of the fathers did hold cat epinoia to be real. Like, for example, Saint Cyril of Alexandria held it to be real. Because he said that, like, the distinction between the nature, well, unless you want to admit that he was a Miaphysite, he said that the distinction between the natures was in the thought of the soul, which is cat epinoia. But the thought of the soul, of course, is not literally just the casual intellect like the Miaphysites think it is. It's not just in theoria or in the intellect.
Mhm.
So there's a difference between some of those fathers, but then there's also like some of the fathers, like Saint Gregory the theologian. I think he's the one that did this, where he said that the natures are distinct catapanoia as well, and then he also said that the persons are catapanoia.
That's true. Yes, the persons or catapanoia comes
yeah.
from Saint Gregory the theologian, but Saint John Damascene actually defines catapanoia in a twofold way. And I think Bradshaw refers to this in his book, that essentially a catapanoia in the fathers can be understood as kind of imagination, so something that you invent with your mind, or it can mean a kind of distinction that requires some kind of thinking out. So you have to, you're contemplating God or the things about God, and then you find something objective and real about God. So those are the twofold understanding of catapanoia within the fathers, according to Bradshaw.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there's some people that, like, if they don't want to use like pure scholasticism or whatever, like you could just say that it's catapanoia if you want to. It's just a lot of the people, like, if you're debating, and this is just kind of for people to chat right now, not really use sped up specifically, but like if you're debating against like a Roman Catholic or something like that, and then they ask like what the distinction between EED is, and you say that it's catapanoia, they're gonna think that's extremely ambiguous or vague. Like, they're just gonna basically be like, but there's so many different things that means. You know what I mean? Like there's so many fathers that use that in a different way. Angry Medic for $5 says, "Gotta be spelled orthodogs, Bryce." I think so. Yeah, I think it's got to be cooler like that. You know.
Who's near and far? Near, my bad. My friend near and far is in the chat. He was like, "How do I donate to apophatic and not to Bryce?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay, buddy.
It's all good. That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this isn't TikTok, bro. You don't do it like that.
He
Golden-
sent. I know, right? He sent me in DMs. He was like, "How do I send you a super chat?" I was like, question mark, and he was like, in Bryce J's live, and I'm like, dude, we're do you not understand how
We're on
live
YouTube.
works?
That's not how I was about to say. Like, it's not the same as TikTok, man. You don't send gifts to the panel members. Like, it's just doesn't work like that. We got this amazing comment here from 2PAXA. It says, "Blessed be the assumed man." Amazing.
Real.
Wow. Insane freaking
Anyways.
insane comment.
So
Any other
once again-
questions?
yeah. So so obviously in scholasticism we have distinctions, obviously, like real distinctions. So in this case, would y'all say that there is no like actual like there's no actual real distinction between
In
the
terms of
essence and
it being,
energy?
so here's how it's proclaimed, like specifically by Saint Canadius, right? He says that the distinction is not real simpliciter, meaning that it is not just a simple or a general real distinction in terms of scholasticism. Okay, he says that it is a real secundum quid, which means in a sense. It's real in a sense, and when it's real in a sense, that's because it's showing a specific type of real distinction, which is not denoting two reses, right? Not two things. It's actually used in Latin as ens ad intra res, right? Which is the being in the thing or a thing in a thing, but the ens is not an actual res or a totality of a being. Rather, it's a formality or a perfection that is realized in us. It's realized though, and it's in God truly.
Yeah. If by real distinction you mean something like a division of res or between two subsistent res or separables or something like that, no, we wouldn't hold to a real distinction. Now, no scholastic would ever divide the distinctions without referencing either distinctions prior to the intellect or after the consideration of the intellect. So if you mean by real something that's prior to the intellect, then yeah, obviously we would say, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
But that's just not how scholastics define prior to the intellect. There's many different types of distinctions that are prior to the intellect, more than just real. Or
yeah,
inseparables or
technically
pure res.
speaking, like a lot of Thomists nowadays like to try to say that a virtual distinction is prior to the intellect, which in my opinion is just dishonest. But like, you know, there's people
fundamental and ray is what they'll appeal to, but that doesn't mean anything.
But that means it's prior to the intellect. Apophatic, it's fundamentally in God.
Oh my god!
You see,
it's such a they don't understand what a
I think it's rage bait.
fundamental
In my
and ray
opinion, I
means.
think that's rage bait. I don't think people are actually believing that, but
I think some actually do believe in it. Like, it has some foundation in the object itself. I'm like, okay, listen, the difference between like the reason why fundamental and ray is important is because you're not a nominalist. Okay.
Yeah.
Nominalists, they believe that it's only linguistically different. Okay, not even conceptually. But for someone like a Thomist, they're going to say that it's conceptually distinguished, and it's something that you invent based upon something in God himself. So it's still an invented distinction, or a distinction of man's intellect that you create, but based upon the actual object or the divine essence itself. So fundamental and ray does not mean prior to the intellect. It's so annoying listening to that, bro.
Yeah, that just threw me off, bro. I'm confused on what he means by that.
By who? What do you mean?
Yeah, what you just said, how we like. Jeez, I forgot already. I have
Like fundamentum and ray, like when you guys say that it's fundamentum and ray.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to try to explain that a little deeper?
Okay, fundamental and ray. When you talk about the virtual distinction, right? In contrast to the nominalist distinction, or a nominal or notional distinction. So Catholics, or at least Thomist Catholics online, will say that the distinction between the essence and the attributes is going to be a virtual distinction, which is just going to be a distinction created by the intellect that has a fundamental and ray. So it's referencing something in the object itself. The reason why they say this is because it's in contrast to a nominal or a notional distinction, where they think that, the distinction between essence and attributes has no reference to the actual thing in God. It's actually just literally something that's only definitionally distinct, not even conceptually. That's what they're going to say. So they're going to say, well, apart from these linguistic terms, they're completely identical, even according to our intellect. Right.
And JF, you are more than welcome to come up here if you want, man. The Streamyard link is in the pin. So if you want to have a conversation, because apparently you destroyed Jim Bob, you're more than welcome to come up here. Thank you so much for the $2 there, Ericoda. You said, "What's up, my ortho dogs?" Absolutely. But he says, "Don't run from me like Jim Bob did." I am an intellectual titan. I defeated Jim Bob and his goons recently, and he ran away from me. Now I call you out. Who are his goons? Who are Jim Bob's goons? Jim Bob doesn't hang around with goons.
I'm kidding.
Jib's not even a goon for him. You know what I'm saying? Like freaking.
I wouldn't say goon, but I would say one of his boys, though. You gotta admit,
homies.
But I don't know, man. Calling yourself an intellectual titan is kind of crazy.
That's a W, man.
Also, okay, I'm not gonna say that. It sounds kind of insulting. I just realized. Never mind.
Okay.
I defeated Jim Bob in a debate. I'm an intellectual titan. Okay, bro.
Yeah. RC Apologia says, "How do we debunk that Rebecca was 3?" If you look at what Rebecca was doing, by the way, during the time in the Bible where she supposedly was 3, she was carrying like these gigantic, really heavy water jugs on camelback. So picture a 3-year-old doing that, and you've debunked it.
Bro. She must have been a really strong 3-year-old.
It's very simple. Go listen to me versus Jim Bob. He ran. You are more than welcome to come up here, my friend. The link is right there. It's public. You're more than welcome to come up here if you want to.
Who even is this guy? Who even is this guy?
No one knows who you are. Nicholas J. Fuentes, white boy. No one knows who you are.
Bryce, she took pre-workout.
Who? Rebecca.
Ooh,
Rebecca took pre-workout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you don't know. According to
intellectual titan, just put the fries in the bag, right? Yeah, honestly.
I'm an intellectual titan. Where's your YouTube channel, bro? Where's your videos at?
That's real. Who is this guy?
Anyways, sped up Catholicism. Any other questions?
Probably have a few more, cause like Bryce, if I remember correctly, I really wanted to ask you this again, and so obviously last time we spoke, you said that obviously when I was talking about the energies having a beginning. You pointed out to obviously I think it was Revelations where Christ says he is the beginning and the last, and also how Christ had an eternal beginning by being begotten, correct?
Yeah, saying that when St. Gregory Palamas says that some of them are with a beginning and some of them are not without a beginning, and he's talking about energies in the generic sense, like you quoted from, I think it's from either the Triads or 150 chapters. I can't remember specifically what you showed with that.
It's a triad.
Triads? Okay. Yeah. So with that specific quote, right, there's a difference between talking about it as the way it manifests, right, which is why I was talking about Christ referring to himself as the beginning and the end, in terms of his titles, right? So saying that something has an eternal beginning, right, that doesn't mean or eternal begetting, right? It's eternally begotten, so that thing can be eternally began, per se. Nothing wrong with saying that. So like in that way, it's linguistically fine. But if we're talking about it like just in the sense of like energy itself, right? He's talking about the difference between the manifestation of said energy versus the overall existence or the inherentness to it in the essence, which is not the same thing. Because God obviously does not literally manifest or make known everything of his essence, right? There are things that are his energies that are not seen ever, per se.
Okay. So also hold on. So do the energies gain identity?
What? What do you mean gain identity? Are you talking about it being its own thing?
No, do they gain identity from the essence?
Identity. What that's what I'm trying to say. What do you mean by that? Like as in like a res, like a thing, or
yeah.
No, the energies themselves are not their own res.
No, they're identical to the essence in one sense. And so there's St. Gregory Palamas says there's a way in which they are identical and a way in which they're distinct. They're materially identical, formally actually distinguished.
Armenian Pilgrim says, I refuted Gennadios and Maximus, but I lost the writing. Wow. Thank you for that, Armenian.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, I think Pino talks about this in his book. Palamas.
Read the Pino book.
Did you read the Pino book? You know, Jib was showing off Pino's book today in the VC and stuff. Anyways, so when St. Gregory Palamas is saying that the energy can have a beginning and an end, and then he references, God stopping from his works on the seventh day of creation. I think he mentions it as well. Whenever he talks about this, energeia has a twofold definition. So energeia in economy is just going to be the use of a faculty in time, while energeia in eternity is just going to be the essential motion of a nature, or of the nature of God, right?
Okay.
So when he says energeia, he's actually speaking of the effect or the manifestation of the energy. In the Palamite Synod that condemned Prochorus, 1368 confirms this. It speaks about the beginning and end of the energy only in reference to the energy's manifestation or effect in the world, and not the actual energy itself or the appearance of the energy. So the energy doesn't begin and end, like an uncreated thing doesn't begin and end in time and space. We're only saying that the energy begins and ends in time and space in reference to its effect or manifestation.
Okay.
And that's what St. Gregory Palamas explains in his 150 chapters. His letter to Acandinos, when Acandinos brought up that triad that you're specifically talking about, he clarified that it was the manifestation and stuff along those lines.
I just want to put this out there too. This is actually a really good idea, Apophatic. If you want to help me with this, is actually really funny because I've done tier lists in the first place. We should do a tier list of basically the hardest church fathers to read.
We could do that.
That's actually a really good idea. I love doing the tier list things. Well, I guess Sped Up left. I didn't kick him, I swear. But glad to have a conversation. No, dude, we gotta try to. We're gonna let chat actually quote people first, and then if they can't think of everybody, then we can think of other people. That's kind of how I usually hold to it, so that chat can participate. Let me go ahead
get a drink.
and go ahead. Let me go ahead and do share, and then boom, it didn't pop up. Oh, it's because I didn't put it on the stage. All right, so here's what it's gonna be. That's actually a great idea. This will be fun. Anthony's coming back up. I got you. All right. So this is going to be a church father learning tier list. Okay. That if you were to get into patristics and you're somebody who's looking into who to read, this will actually help you massively. Ericoda for $5 says, could one say that the Father existed logically prior, no temporality to the generating and procession of the Son and the Spirit? Yes, that's said by the Fathers all the time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Thank you for the $5 there, Ericoda. You're helping out massively. I'm very confused. We've had a lot of... Dude, what the heck's going on with the goal, bro? It's like not labeling everything. It says we've only had 3 super chats, but I literally am looking right here. I have like 8 of them, so that's kind of crazy. Dang, that's upsetting. Yeah, so what I'm going to do with this tier list is we're going to basically determine the difficulty of reading a specific church father from a scale of master level, very hard, hard, not bad, and then introductory. And it's basically, we're just going to kind of like give our own personal opinions on that. Especially just kind of like, you know, me, because it's my freaking list and I don't want to get judged too hard. But be honest, you have prayed to Dune Scotus. No, I have
Dune?
not. Dune Scotus.
Dune Scotus?
I know.
No, I have
Okay.
not. Don't
Be
say
honest. You have prayed to Dun Scotus.
No.
I don't know about Dune Scotus. Okay, maybe.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Truly.
That rage bait is not worth it, bro.
Okay, I got it.
Because I know that was going to be rage bait, but you know that nobody's going to take that as rage bait if you said that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. No, I've never prayed to John Dun Scotus to get away with the allegations.
Oh,
Do away
thank
with
you. All right.
I think he's a condemned heretic.
Oh, I think I need to. Oh yeah, this is my heretic tier list that I had.
Satan, Judas,
Satan.
Herod,
Caiaphas, Aleister Crowley, Nimrod. Yeah, dude.
the worst. What is this?
Basically the most evil heretics that exist.
Where's the Jews at?
Caiaphas is in worst of the worst.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Caiaphas.
I gotta make
Aleister Crowley, Nimrod. Perfect. I don't know
mean,
why
these are
Muhammad's
valid,
not in.
dude. All right, so we got. What did you say?
Is that Anthony?
Aerocoda for $5 says, I'm just asking because I'm an inquirer. How does the Father ground multiplicity by himself logically prior to grounding of multiplicity? The Trinity. I mean, well, because the logical priority, right, doesn't mean that he literally is not the grounding for something like prior to causing it, right? He'd be the grounding for multiplicity anyway, because he can cause, even if for the sake of argumentation, we say that we're at the logical prior of the Son and the Spirit not logically existing yet, logically, not ontologically, okay? But logically, the Father is still the principle for multiplicity because he can cause multiple things to exist. He can do it. He's still the principle for it. He doesn't have to do something to be the principle for that thing to exist. Just because he has the power to actually cause that said thing, it's still a principle for it. Very hard. Thank you for the $5 though. Appreciate that massively. Yeah, it literally didn't apply to the super chat goal, bro. Insane. That thing's broken. Not bad. And then introductory.
Honest, you have asked for the intercessions of Simon Magus.
Definitely not.
No, we are not Simony fans here, okay?
See, this is a good answer right here. See, because of the Tome of Leo. See, he gets it. He gets it. All right. So now, chat. Oh, what's being rated? The difficulty of reading church fathers. Oh, Basil's freaking crashing out in the down in the bottom part. He's like,
Basil, did you have fun going away, going bye-bye for not being active?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. Took a nice little shower. My first one in 2025, so too easy.
Take showers?
It's almost October.
what?
Even Bryce is confused.
Wait, Bryce, you take showers?
Yeah, bro. Bro's really
Brother.
I'm a monk, man. Oh my gosh. Don't even need one. You know what I'm saying? Heck
All right,
yeah.
All right, so what are we doing? What did I get back to?
Oh, this is a church father difficulty tier list.
Gregory the
In terms of
Theologian at master
reading-
level.
Hey, yo, chill.
Sorry.
Chat is going to name people first, and then if they can't think of everybody, then we'll bring up people after that. By the way, Bryce, those atheists you debated in after the show were blaspheming Christ. I know
That's
they were.
true.
Yeah,
I was
and
I was in there with
were
Basil. It was
because
really
they're-
disgusting. It was
Yeah,
really
because they're
gross.
dogs.
because like I was in there cooking them, so like yeah.
Yeah.
I was in there with Basil in the after party.
And he did absolutely nothing.
Saint
No, I
Maximus
didn't because they would
Confessor.
never let me interject, bro. They were scared of me. Taco wouldn't let me up for like 20 minutes. He's
Saint
scared.
Maximus the Confessor, obviously master level. Thank you for the recommendation there. Absolutely. Saint Maximus the Confessor is definitely master level. His Ambigua in of itself is actually considered by the church as one of the most difficult works to read. At all.
Saint Gregory Thomas Scotus.
Wow.
Bryce said, if I ever go to his house, he's not letting me eat until I finish both ambiguum.
Yeah, he's got to be able to know the first 10 Ambiguum by heart.
Dang, you're not going to be eating for a while.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Saint Ignatius of Antioch, guys.
Introduction.
Would you say he's No, I don't know, dude, because like if you don't understand like the wording that the first fathers used, I think that you honestly would read him and prima facie say that he's not a Trinitarian.
No.
Are you serious?
I think if you have half a brain, you can read Ignatius and see that he's Trinitarian.
Bro, you have to step into the freaking mind of a normal man, bro, instead of somebody who actually knows Saint Ignatius well. It's like you're reading him for the first time, dude.
Yeah, when I read him for the first time, it's pretty self-explanatory.
All right. I guess we'll put him in that case then. Saint Ignatius of Antioch. Saint Justinian. That one I'm going to say
Hard.
is hard. Yeah, hard is a good one for that one. For sure. Saint Justinian's works on Christology are a little hard to read sometimes, not too bad, but he does make some pretty wild arguments like that are pretty hard to understand. Saint Simeon, the new theologian. I'm gonna
Not
say
bad.
that
Master
he is,
level.
Yeah,
Master
he's very hard. He's not master level. He's very.
You think
He's
very
difficult,
hard,
bro.
Okay,
He's
I can't rate this because everything's just easy for me, right?
We get him off the panel.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, let's get this dude out the panel, bro. Look at this
go.
freaking dude sitting here going, "Oh, dude, freaking Saint Maximus, introductory, bro."
Introductory.
Saint Diophysite.
Saint Diophysite. Saint Justin Martyr. That one I'm gonna say is not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Saint Justin Martyr is not bad. He's not exactly introductory though, because his works are big. So a lot of people may not like reading.
Saint Tome of Leo.
Saint Tommy of Leo.
Saint Tome.
Saint Basil, not hard. What?
I don't know about that. He's
Bro.
kinda
Are you
difficult.
really think Saint Basil's not hard? Okay.
Saint
I would say
Basil-
Saint Basil's hard.
Saint Basil's definitely
hard.
at least hard. He has
Hard.
to be. Because just like dude, freaking first off, read against Eunomius yourself and just try to actually completely steel man
You
Eunomius's
put
position.
Saint
after
Hey,
that.
Basil in
Bryce.
very hard. Put Basil in very hard because they're kind of like
Hey, Bryce. It just shows you how hard Basil is to read when you have people like Talon making that argument he made the other day.
Ah, true.
Talon making.
I
what
love
argument?
Talon, by the way.
Saint Cyril of Alexandria.
Master level. Sorry. You don't if you don't read him in the context of the Cyrillian fathers, you're gonna become a Monophysite probably.
Yeah. That's not a bad argument there.
I'd agree with that too.
Saint Cyril of Alexandria would be the second master level theologian. Saint
Guys,
Augustine.
Saint
Very
Augustine, very hard.
Very hard.
Very
Well,
hard.
He has he has so many writings, and you have to.
A lot of them are
interpret
different qualities too, depending on when they were written.
And
Exactly.
also
I mean,
you
it
have to
could
take
be
into
master
account of his
level, to be honest.
retractions.
I mean, he has a lot of writings.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if he's master level, like, name the work that you would consider like on the level of Ambigua that Saint Augustine wrote.
Oh yeah, very hard. Let's just
Yeah.
put very hard then.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you look at the Ambigua versus anything Saint Augustine wrote. Like, no offense, but like, it's not getting there, bro. Saint Cyril of Alexandria, like he's impossible to read if you don't have the context for his whole works, which is that's definitely extremely difficult.
Someone said, "Do you guys venerate Jay Dyer as a father here?"
No. Saint John of Damascus. I'm gonna say that he's hard.
John Damascus hard.
He's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think especially like in some of his works, like against the Jacobites.
Now, granted, here's what I'm gonna do though. You see this right here? I'm putting Saint John of Damascus also in an introductory, but I'm gonna put a quotation and say exposition, book 1.
Agree. Book 3 is hard.
That
though.
is an introductory book, and I always, when somebody says, "How do I get into the Church Fathers' writings and understand Orthodoxy?" I always recommend Exposition of the Christian Faith, book 1, no matter what.
You just
Even
have
if
to.
you're brand
Very
new.
concise.
I mean, in totality, he is hard, but I would say that there are some works that are very introductory level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where would against heresies go? If you're talking about, are you talking about Saint Irenaeus? Like, is that what you mean when you say against heresies? Because if you're talking, because we'll take that as Saint Irenaeus, and I would honestly say that Saint Irenaeus is hard, because he talks in a way about Gnostics that is almost impossible to understand.
I agree with that.
Like, he understands so much about the Gnostic view that like it's extremely difficult. Like, I can barely read him sometimes, dude. Like reading his works. Like, I know that he knows what he's doing. I know that he's obviously he knows all that stuff about the Gnostics. It's just I don't get it. Saint Cyprian. Who's read Saint Cyprian? I've read a little bit of him, but not too much.
I would say he's not bad. I'm gonna be honest. Saint Cyprian.
Not bad.
A lot of his works are, I wouldn't say they're completely introductory, but like on the unity of the church and stuff is really good. Some of his letters, it's not really hard.
Okay.
It's not really hard.
Yeah, Saint Cyprian, I'd say would be not bad then in that case. Saint Polycarp.
Introductory.
Polycarp is
Introductory. All the anti-Nicaeans, for the most part,
Except for
except
Saint
maybe, like,
Dionysius, because he definitely wrote those works.
Saint
I'm holding to it.
Dionysius is the hardest though.
Yeah, Saint Dionysius, I'm gonna say is master level. I'm gonna put that there actually for real quick.
You
'Cause the
see,
divine names
actually,
is insane.
I was able to understand it the first time I ever
I'm
read it.
sure. I'm sure
That's
you
why
were, bro.
BAU.
Pope Leo, Saint Pope Leo.
Hard. Very hard, actually.
No, I would
wouldn't
just
say very
say
hard.
I would say hard. I
Hard.
wouldn't say very hard on that one. Because like his works, like he's definitely like crazy intelligent, but he also puts things kind of like in layman's terms a lot, which is kind of
How
why
hard
a
would
lot
it
of
be for
people
Agan, though?
misinterpreted him.
How hard would it be for Agan master level because he's an idiot?
Yeah,
Yeah, for real, honestly.
true.
Oh, he said Saint Nestorius. That's crazy.
Okay. That's
All
a
right.
ban.
Saint
Get a ban.
Photius. Saint Photius is going to be very hard.
Very?
Yeah.
I put him in hard. I would
Have
not
you read
put
the
him up
entire
there.
Mystagogy?
Yeah, I've read the
I put it in
Mystagogy.
hard.
The whole thing, though.
No.
Have you
not
read the New
whole
Advent Mystagogy, or have you read the actual like
thing. The
entire
actual
Mystagogy?
one, the physical. Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking gigantic, bro.
Nah, bro, I read Pharrell, where he talks about the order thing.
Okay, we can put. I mean, okay. If you include Saint Photios in its totality, like the Bibliothek and all that stuff,
Yes.
yeah, okay, yeah, very hard.
Saint Mark of Ephesus. I would say
Honestly?
I'd say very
Very
hard.
hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
I've read his syllogistic chapters against the Latins. His
Yeah, me too.
um
I've read all of his letters. The
against
syllogistic
purgatorial
chapters.
fire.
Yeah,
I think, yeah, I put him very hard.
yeah. Because like at the end of the day, like the only reason why he's not master level is because the way that he does polemics, it makes it easy to understand the argument that he's making. It's just his arguments are so long and huge
Abstract.
that they're very abstract. So Saint Mark made a lot of very unique arguments that other fathers did not do. So he's very unique. He's actually the only father to ever bring up the simple act, simple agent, Aristotelian logic argument against the filioque. Nobody else actually did that. See here, Saint Justin Martyr in his own tier. No, definitely not. Yeah, he's Saint Justin Martyr. We already did him. He's not bad. Saint Gregory Palamas.
Master level. I'm sorry, I had to
Yeah.
say it. including the apodictic treatises on the filioque
yeah.
way, 150 chapters, his like letters to John Gabras, his letters to
Dude, his letters to Gabras are freaking insane, bro.
his letters to Akindinos, which some have been translated, but they're all like AI translations. Saint
Bryce J translation.
Dialogue of a Baromite.
my-
Triad's a
Bryce
little
J
bit easier, but it's very confusing with the rest of his corpus. But the totality of his corpus, it's up there. I mean, he
This
just
dude
cites
keeps
Saint
saying
Dionysius a
Saint
lot.
Gregory of Nyssa's sister. I don't get the reference, man. Sorry. But Saint Gregory of Nyssa.
Master
Oh.
level, bro. If you don't read that dude correctly, bro, you'll fall into 20 heresies.
What are you talking about, man?
Become a
Alright,
Roman
do
Catholic
I need to start
if you
reading
read them
quotes?
incorrectly. If you become a Roman Catholic if you read them incorrectly.
Okay. So do you say master level or
I
very hard?
put very hard. I put it
That's
very
it.
hard.
You might become a Nestorian reading him, bro, without context, not gonna lie.
Very hard. I would put him in just very hard. I wouldn't put master level. Flip a coin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just do very hard. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Out of all the Cappadocians, Basil, freaking Saint Gregory of Nyssa is definitely the one that you could see the most as a Miaphysite. So I don't know.
No, what the heck? He is like the clearest Deiphysite. The heck?
Bruh.
No, he's pretty.
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious? Are you
Apophatic.
serious?
Apophatic. Do you know the quote I'm talking about from Against Miscellaneous?
Yes, I do.
Where he
Oh,
literally
how many-
says
how
that
many-
the two-
bro?
He literally says verbatim that the natures of two are done away with. What do you want to do with that, man?
Okay, like what?
That's not. Okay, so without context, that's literally that's
So
bad for our
he's
position. You
talking
understand?
he's talking about the primary substances.
Yeah.
The two particulars are for
The two particulars coming together to form a new particular.
Literally.
Saint Gregory the theologian, definitely master. Absolutely. Saint Gregory the theologian.
Saint Maximus is
Oh,
hard
bro,
at
he's
work.
pretty
explaining
easy,
it.
man. He's really easy, man.
I think you would understand it if you read the Barnes book.
Read the Barnes book. Wait.
Dude, Saint Gregory the theologian is easy. Read his letters. It makes so much sense. Yo, you're actually a lying dog.
Smoking.
Oh my gosh. Who said Jim Bob is an undercover fundamentalist plant promoting young Earth creationism, LARPing as an Orthodox Christian? Okay.
Who?
What's wrong with young?
that's
what's
the
wrong with
same
This is
young?
what
Really?
NJF White Boy said.
Oh, what's wrong with young Earth creationism, buddy?
Also,
You
isn't
wanna talk about
that, like,
evolution?
the position of like Saint Ephraim the Syrian, Saint Basil the Great, and his Hexameron, other than like Saint Augustine?
I mean, even Saint Augustine. Augustine uses the Byzantine calendar, bro, because he's based like that.
I know, we know. Wait, okay. Saint Gennadios Scalarios, master.
Master level.
Where was? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, definitely master for him.
Absolutely.
Where does
Next
Jay
up, we
Dyer's
have
7-hour
Saint-
lectures go
Saint
here?
Nicholas Cabasilas, I would say also master because he's very ascetic. Saint
You
Nicholas.
mean in the life in
Cabasilas.
Christ
Yeah.
or Nilos?
Nicholas Cabasilas, the one who wrote
Got
the
it.
spiritual works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Bob is an undercover fundamentalist plant promoting YEK, LARPing as an Orthodox Christian. Yeah, no. So first off, like he promotes young Earth creationism because it's freaking based as hell, and he actually is a baptized Orthodox Christian, so that's really not true. By the way, fundamentalism is not the young Earth position. So the fundamentalist position is old Earth creationism, trying to actually purport evolution and trying to like actually combine Darwinism and Christianity together. That's the fundamentalist position because that's a modern take.
W voice crack.
Shut up.
Kind of like 12-year-old Apo right there.
Shut up, Basil.
Bro said Saint Agan. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. What is this tier list for? It's actually the difficulty of church fathers to read. Saint Seraphim of Sarov.
Not bad. I would
Yeah.
honestly recommend Saint Seraphim of Sarov to a lot of people.
He's
Especially on the
actually
acquisition of the
commonly
Holy Spirit.
recommended by, he's actually commonly attributed as one of the first people that people should read.
Yep, I was recommended the works of his life as well as the acquisition of the Holy Spirit.
Saint Paisios. That depends. It entirely depends on
not
what
bad. It depends on what work, but usually not bad.
If
Like,
you're talking about his
Guru-
ascetic homilies, that shit belongs in the Philokalia.
Yeah,
But-
facts.
But like, if you're talking about like his treatises, then not bad.
Honestly, I think it's not bad. We could put him in hard though.
I ain't
be
gonna
fair.
lie. If Saint Paisios chose to write a theology work, it might be one of the greatest 19th century works. That, like, would have
Next
ever
thing
happened.
I'm gonna put in here, and y'all can freaking at me, is Saint. Yep, we're gonna say this Saint Seraphim Rose. Master
Okay.
level.
Okay, dude. Master
Let's go.
level, really?
I've read his works, all of them,
Okay, you've read Creation, Genesis, and Early Man, right?
the whole book.
Okay. Why would you think it's master level, bro?
Because so first off, that book is not what I would actually judge his ability of work.
Okay, which one?
His
letters?
critiques, his letters and his critiques on nihilism and his critiques on true orthodoxy.
Okay, I'd agree
Extremely
with that.
complicated.
With his letters, yes, but his yeah, I can see why you would put him. No, but a lot of his works are used as introductory level.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff is considered introductory level, like freaking, like his book on Saint Augustine, right? Apophatic.
His book on Saint Augustine, yeah, exactly.
Do you like
The
that
place
book?
of yeah, I like that book. The place
good.
of Blessed Augustine for the Orthodox Church, where he says that people that disagree with him on original sin are weird.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that book. I also, but introductory book of him is the what was that? I
The
think I have it on my
revelation,
bookshelf.
the revelation.
Yes,
Human heart.
the God's revelation to the
God's
human heart.
revelation
That
to the
is
human heart.
peak.
It is
Peak
absolutely peak.
introductory level.
Yeah, that's an introductory level book for sure, because it's like 12 pages.
Talking about church fathers while winning in Clash Royale types.
St. John Chrysostom.
Very hard. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you this.
I'd say
hard.
I've only read a couple of his commentaries on the scriptures, so I'm hands off.
I'll
on
tell
this
you
one.
why. Let me argue why. So I've done a lot to look at the different commentaries of scriptures. And Saint Theophylact of Orhid basically summarizes and gives an entire commentary of the New Testament and the Minor Prophets by basically just summarizing Saint John Chrysostom's homilies. Dude, he will write like 50 homilies for one verse, and you have to swift through it. To think that's easy to read is so dumb. Saint John Chrysostom is very hard. I mean, he will have like huge homilies just for one singular verse. What's your argument, Basil? Why would you put him in hard and not very hard? Would you really lump him in with Saint Justinian?
Yeah, and John of
Dude.
Damascus, 100%.
Have
I don't
you
think.
read
I
his
don't think.
homilies?
Yes, I've read his. Dude, I have his.
Go to New Advent right now. Go to a New Advent.
Dude, I have his homilies on the Gospel of John. It's a huge freaking book, bro.
Yeah. You can't, bro.
Are you really gonna tell me that his homilies are harder to read than Saint Photius, Saint Simeon the New Theologian, and on that tier? Are you really gonna say that?
I would say they're just as hard because Saint Photios' writings are primarily hard because of how big it is and all the arguments he presents. Saint John Chrysostom, if you're looking for a biblical commentary, you're not going to go to Saint John Chrysostom. The only time you'd go for him is like if a priest points you towards a particular homily. Who you go to is Saint Theophylact of Orhid. That's who you would go to because he just summarizes the important parts of St. John Chrysostom. Yeah.
No. Dude, you go to many people bro, I've went to Augustine for homilies. I've went to Jerome for homilies, Ambrose for commentary. I've went to all of them.
Yeah, bro. You went to Katina Bible Twin.
Bro.
No, listen.
I see you're playing with me.
You went to Katina Bible and you looked up one homily.
These are hate allegations. These are hate allegations.
Go on New Advent. Someone stream New Advent and look at like how many homilies he has for like one verse and how all over the place they are. Like,
I know, but still, you're just saying, you're going to go to Theophylact over him? No, what are you talking about?
I never put Saint Theophylact over him. I said that
you just said you would go to him first, but I'm not.
I would go to him first because he summarizes all the 50 homilies he has for one verse, bro.
Why not just get better and just read them all? Too easy.
That's why it's not easy. That's why it's not easy, Basil. That's why it's not easy, Basil.
See, like you're running from the.
You really think that reading through Saint John Chrysostom's homily, anybody can just go, all right, guys, we're gonna go read through his homilies on my John, dude, and it's not gonna be like 50 homilies on one verse, and it's just regular to read.
Sure, maybe it is, but that's still fine. Like you're getting great stuff out of it, bro.
I never said you're not getting great stuff out of it, but you know how hard it is to
bro. It's just a lot of reading. Just say you're allergic to reading, bro. Just say it.
Okay, buddy. I'm not allergic
you're
to
allergic
reading.
to
I've read
reading,
more than
bro.
you, number one.
Yo, wait, look at the rhetoric. Look at the rhetoric. Look at the rhetoric.
Okay,
Look at him,
buddy.
look at him, look at him.
Okay, so you're telling me that if I'm looking for a specific answer to a question that I have, that I'm gonna have to sift through 50 different homilies when I can just go to St. Theophilus?
No, because bro, you can literally get the understanding literally in the first couple sentences of the homily. I've done it
by
so
going
many times.
by going to Catena Bible. You can.
No, I have
Yeah.
a whole brother. See, look at this. Look at him trying to burden shift or do some weird stuff. This is terrible rhetoric right here.
Okay.
Look,
So what about
I'm
his
telling
homilies
you-
in conjunction of his other works?
what?
Like, okay, his homilies in totality of the scriptures, like all of the New Testament. You would not say that's not hard to read.
It's just
Or at
a
least
lot of
very
reading.
hard.
It's the same, bro. You read Saint Augustine. What are you talking about? A lot of reading. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's like.
All right.
All
all
right. Okay,
right.
what do we tier St. Augustine? What do we tier St. Augustine?
We
tiered him
St.
master.
Augustine at very hard.
Okay, we put St. Augustine at very hard. Yeah, put
Yeah.
St. John Chrysostom up there.
Bro, I'm telling you, no. Bro.
If you ever look at his homilies on a verse,
Just because something is a long read doesn't make it hard
you're
to
gonna
read.
lump him in with St. John Damascene.
What are you trying to say about Saint John Damascene, bro?
You're gonna lump in the difficulty of reading to St. John Damascene. St.
What's
John
going on?
Chrysostom.
Yes,
What's
yes.
going on? What's going on, brother John? How's it going, man?
Hello, brother John.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man. What's going on?
I just wanted to show the stream. I had some questions, but I can't quite remember what I was going to ask. But once I
Are you an
remember,
Orthodox Christian?
yes, I am.
Oh, really? Who's harder to read, St. John Chrysostom? Do you think he's very hard to read, or just hard?
Can't believe we're using brother John right now to break the freaking.
I need an
break the
answer.
tie, man.
I need
Anthony, what do you think? You've been in here this whole freaking time, man.
I haven't read enough of.
All right, I got this. Watch this. We got 30 people currently in the chat. We're doing a poll. All right.
If you don't agree with me, you're substantially a Jew.
If you
Bro wants me to just get soft banned on YouTube. He just wants it to happen.
You can say this stuff
Kick
on
him off,
freaking
Basil.
YouTube.
kick off Basil, he's being really bad. Don't
For
mention
reals.
JQ here, bro. You're gonna get him kicked off. Listen, if you don't, I'm not Katina shaming. I'm just saying that whenever he says St. John Chrysostom isn't very hard to read, it's because he went to Catena Bible and saw like one of his homilies.
Bro,
in a
no,
verse
it's not.
that is,
I literally bro,
curated for the website.
You're projecting.
did.
You're projecting. You're projecting. You're
I'm not
projecting, you're
projecting. You go
You're
to
literally
his
projecting.
curated
That's a projection.
homilies. I'm talking
By
about reading his
definition, that's a
entire
projection.
homilies.
I literally own his homilies.
No, bro. Okay. Whoever disagrees with me, listen. Your chat. He is very
Yeah,
hard
see,
to
they
hear,
just
but
don't
otherwise doesn't
substantially
let him.
want to be a Jew.
It's true.
See?
That's true. Any of these people voting very hard, or forgive me, hard, is because they just, they're Basil Glazers, dude. This is crazy.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
too easy, bro.
Basil Glazers, the common man that's on my stream all the time. Basil Glazers.
I know. Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, they call me the common man.
All right.
Okay,
he's
we'll
gonna
put him
be-
hard.
He's going to be hard because the vast majority of the chat is not that bad.
Thank you.
It's only because you're only on his streams all the time, bro. Trust. There's not
Yeah,
a
that's just
substantial
cope.
evidence. Okay.
St. John Climacus.
Very hard. Yo,
Climacus.
master.
Yeah. St. John Climacus. Honestly,
Master.
I will say this. The latter divine ascent, bro, you have to you have to have
That
the
book
help of a
literally
priest.
gives pre-lust, bro.
You have to have the help of a priest when reading it.
Yeah.
But I
And a
wouldn't lump
blessing.
it in at master level.
St.
would not
Demetrius
do
Stan Eloy. Brother, the ladder of divine ascent, you wouldn't dude, that work alone brings Shubahat, dude. Like,
Okay.
how are you gonna say that?
I
that's
can't
not
see the
ma-
tier
that
list.
guy's
Let
not
me see the tier list, please.
That's like saying, hey,
sorry,
the
sorry.
Philokalia, put it on introduction.
Yeah, Philokalia is not that bad, dude. Like,
Oh,
Luckily, not that
Philokalia,
bad.
that's like introductory level, bro. Let's go.
oh,
Brother,
Saint
Okay.
Demetrius Stan Eloy.
Very hard.
Hard.
I
Hard.
say very hard on that one.
Oh, dude.
Have you read Theology in the Church, apophatic?
His Orthodox dogmatic theology?
No, it's
Or-
called Theology and the Church. It's a book.
No. No.
All right, next, Father John Romanides.
I just knowledge gap the shit out of you, by the way.
Yeah, okay, one book I haven't read.
All right, Father
Who's the
John
guy?
Romanides is next.
Who put
Oh,
Father John?
dude, honestly, freaking yeah, that very hard as well.
I would
Because
put him in
everybody
introductory,
strawmans
bro.
him.
Everybody. It's introductory. Everybody recommends Romanides for like catechesis, bro. He's like very easy.
Yeah, for his for his empirical dogmatics, but not his actual like
His
his
patristic
treatises.
theology.
Yeah, that's not the works that I'm talking about that makes him very hard. I'm talking about his specific treatises on certain topics that people get scared about, and they misinterpret him. So I put him as very hard.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. We misinterpret Romanides.
I am. I've read all his works, man.
Yeah, I saw that TikTok post you made. Ooh,
He's not crazy. Saint Philotheos Coccinus is master level. You're not stopping me on that one.
master level. Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of the stuff hasn't been translated.
Yeah, I AI translated his entire freaking 12 books against Gregoris because I'm a weirdo. Saint Philotheos Coccinus is master level after reading that though, for sure.
What else is
Saint
good?
Jerome.
Hard. If you're lumping in Saint John Chrysostom, Saint Jerome belongs in hard. I actually have an EED quote from Saint Jerome, by the way.
Saint Athanasius.
Not bad. Honestly, on the incarnation.
That's actually
Introductory.
considered one of an introductory work. Yeah.
Yeah, so not bad. I think he's pretty easy for laymen to read.
Yeah. Saint John Cassian.
Ooh. What would you lump him in, Basil? Saint John Cassian?
I'd say hard.
Yeah, I'd say hard as well.
Yeah, hard.
I would say the same.
I don't think I spelled that right, but do the one I did. I put in there.
Saint Clement of Rome.
Introductory.
Introductory.
Fish. Oh, I messed it up. There we go.
Saint Yostapovich. I put him in very hard to be. I
I don't think I spelled it right, but I think you know exactly what I'm going with. On there.
Callistos where? That's like introductory level.
That's not what I.
Yeah, I don't think that
Like,
was actually like pertaining to the tier list, but Callistos Ware is introductory for sure.
It's like
We'll put him up
they're
there.
specifically tailored to
Then we
be
have
introductory.
Saint Yostapovich. I would either say hard or very hard.
Yeah, looking here real quick here. Hold on. Saint Cyril of Jerusalem and Saint Gregory Thaumaturgus.
Where are these at? I don't
Saint
see
Thoma,
Oh,
Saint
you're all the way
Gregory
up there. I'm
Thaumaturgus.
stupid.
Saint Gregory
Oh my goodness.
Thaumaturgus is based for eternal manifestation.
My bad. I did not know you were all the way up there. Okay.
Yeah. So Saint Cyril of Jerusalem, I'm gonna have to say is not bad.
Not
He
bad.
doesn't have too much going on.
What about St. John of Constance?
Saint John of Constant, actually, that's probably a good one to put on here as well. Saint Gregory Thaumaturgus, I'm gonna say is very hard, only because it's really hard to determine which of his works are not forgeries. A lot of his works are just Apollinarian forgeries, sadly. Like a lot of them. Trying to keep going. Yeah, Saint Justin Popovich.
Bro,
Very
just skip
hard.
the one that I asked for.
Very hard or hard. I'm either or.
I'm gonna say hard because he is recommended to people introductory sometimes.
But a lot of his works, like his Dogmatica, bro.
Saint Isidore of Seville is master level.
Yeah, master level.
He's
I agree.
he's wild, bro. The etymologies is very difficult to read. I said Saint Philocaleo.
Saint Philocaleo.
Saint Paul, bro. Freaking, I'm gonna say not bad.
Introductory.
No, bro, not bad.
No, wait. Don't disrespect. Put him at master level, bro.
It's difficulty of reading, bro.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to read Paul.
He's not.
I
it's
can't
not
read
math.
Paul without the freaking
Saint Paul?
interpretations of all the fathers. Like, what?
Paul was a listen, man. Paul was a preacher to who? The Gentiles. right?
Saint
What?
Nielos the ascetic. Are you talking about Saint Nielos
Bro, do you
Cabasilas?
realize that Saint Paul
No.
is
Different
the
Neos.
most? Bro, Saint
Oh,
Peter
yes.
himself said, "Hey, if you don't got the understanding, then you will, what's it called? I forgot what."
Exactly, and understanding comes from like I don't know a Bible study on like Sunday that
All
you
right.
do at church.
So
Yeah,
I'm
real
just,
what?
I'm just saying, bro.
think of some more names
Can we
here.
ban this catechumen?
I'll go ahead and start naming more that I know off the top of my head. Father Daniel Sayosev.
Oh, Father Daniel
Ooh.
Soyasev, honestly, he's recommended to a lot of people. I mean, his what is
say
the
not
book
bad?
called? I would say not bad. Yeah, I would say
Bryce.
not bad because Father Daniel Soyasev, bro, like his law of God is used
Hey,
as
Bryce, this should be next.
a catechism.
St. Peter Moyula. Yeah.
Saint
Yep.
Peter Mogila.
I
would
think
say
he's
not
like
bad.
pretty. I would about to say I would say that he's very clear on what he says.
Yeah, he's very clear about it. Inherited guilt. Very, very clear about it.
Oh my gosh, bro! I can just mute that dude for a second. Bro can't help himself.
I mean, have you read page 176, buddy?
I cannot believe he freaking knows the fucking
but the Greek,
the number. Sarah from
the
Rose.
Greek word.
Sarah from Rose is not canonized. He's privately venerated by me.
and me.
And me.
I'm pretty sure he was
Uh,
canonized by.
I believe the
In Georgia, right?
yeah, Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, he's canonized in Georgia, but that doesn't
I'm
exactly.
all the way at the bottom. This sucks, Bryce.
What?
I'm all the way at the bottom on the screen. This sucks.
Oh, I'm sorry to
No
hear that,
one
man.
asked.
Bro said Moses. Are you talking about Moses the servant from TikTok, bro?
Moses, okay, we don't ever mention that man around me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did y'all
the funny
see my debate
guy
with him?
who just reads people who reads his doctrine back into the early church. You mean that
No,
guy?
like, have y'all seen my debate with Moses the servant?
Saint
Ooh,
Ephraim
send that to me.
Nestorian.
I actually want to see that.
You do not want to see that debate, bro. I
Should
said,
have seen me and Kata's debate with him.
no, bro. My debate with Moses the servant went so bad. Like, no, bad in terms of not his arguments, but me towards him, bro. The things I said to him.
Yeah,
Saint
I mean,
Ephraim
I
the
don't-
Syrian.
I don't think that's crazy. Bro is annoying.
No, it was kind of crazy, bro.
Were you being racist again?
No comment.
Saint Ephraim the Syrian.
So, Ever the Syrian? No.
I would say
Hard.
hard.
Saint Isaac the Syrian.
Master.
Master.
Sure, obviously. Low key Saint Moses the Black.
Yo, Saint Moses the Black, I would say, is not bad
Not bad.
because he doesn't have very many works. Saint Sophronia of Essex.
Very hard.
Yeah, he's freaking pretty difficult. What's happening?
Bro, what is this?
What is happening?
What is this, bro?
Hey.
What's happening?
You're getting copyrighted, bro.
Help! I don't know how to stop this.
What'd you do, Bryce?
What's happening?
Basil, start dancing. Basil has to get up and start dancing, bro.
Dude, I don't know where it's coming from. Oh my gosh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a Protestant in here.
It's time to worship.
I can't figure it out. Surely that's not. Did somebody hit something on here?
No.
This is making me angry. Oh, it was an ad at
Ha!
the bottom of the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Get an
dude, that
ad
was-
blocker. What are you
You're such
doing,
an
Brian?
unk, bro.
Yeah, Dark Sun said it's
GX
time
has
to
ad
worship. No
blocker.
church service. Let's
We
go.
should bring a Protestant in here. This is a
I
big
don't
one.
even- I don't even think there's one.
Ugh.
Not at the moment. It's a slow show. You know what I'm saying? For tonight, I'm just testing out these. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, Saint Sophronia of Essex.
Already put him, didn't we?
No, I didn't get to put him yet because my screen started going crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we agreed upon.
We should do a tier list of apologists again. Get
I
people
wouldn't
mad
put
at
him in
Bryce
there
again.
with. I wouldn't put Saint Sophrony in there with.
I think I would, dude.
Maybe. Yeah.
Bro said Abraham. I don't know anything Abraham wrote, bro.
I was kind of
I'll
upset
see.
low key at the tier list that y'all
Christian.
did that one time of like, I don't know, online debaters,
Yeah.
Orthodox debate where I was put. I was so angry.
Bryce will probably put Gavin Ortland at S tier, bro.
No, I wouldn't. He's gonna call the freaking divine energies a microwave, you bro. Chill out.
The moment I put Ananda in S tier, everybody goes crazy. Okay. I would never put Ananda in S tier, bro. I would never. Genuinely.
You guys did 2017 J Dyer wrong in that list. You put Dyer in the same tier as Sig and Ananda. No offense to them, but bruh.
Honestly, I
Sig
don't
and
know.
Ananda made Dyer recant positions. Just saying.
Yeah, I think I would put. I would.
Things that make them because like you got to remember, guys. Like when I made that list, I wasn't making it with the intention of somebody whether or not I have a person, whether or not I personally like them or not. That's why I even put people in that tier list that aren't even Orthodox at all. Right. So when we're talking about people like freaking Ananda and Sig who are Orthodox, right? Even though that obviously them and Jay Dyer disagree on some things, I do believe that overall they have pretty much about the same level of debating skill, because Jay Dyer's been doing it for a very long time. His rhetoric is pretty much one of the best I've ever seen. So I mean, his ability to kind of like control a conversation. Yeah, 2017 J is a difference. Different. It's more powerful. He's more powerful.
Yeah, way more powerful. But I mean, I saw his debate with Eric Ybarra, and I was like, I don't know.
Theodore the Studite, Seventh Ecumenical Council man.
I would say hard or not bad-ish. I'm like in between.
I would probably say hard because his defensive icons are.
It's pretty hard to read. It's pretty hard to read if you haven't studied a lot.
Sig is less than Agan. That's incorrect. You should watch the video I uploaded a long time ago about that.
Wicked Sig, Pope Agan. Why would you ever? Yeah, Sig, bro. Sig trashed Agan. Respectfully.
He literally admitted 2 Usias in Christ, bro. Like he's cooked. By the way, Agan is actually cooked for saying that.
Cooked physically and like.
It's funny too because like the prior to that stream, they used to be like, "There's no way where we could ever say 2." But now you notice how now on the internet they're like, "Well, I mean, sometimes we can say 2."
Well, Severus would differ.
No, he says that you can say 2 as well as long as it's of 2. I've read his letters.
What about Saint Hilary of Poitiers? He says in 2 natures.
Saint Hilary of Poitiers. Yeah, speaking of that guy.
Well, really, if
Very
you
hard.
actually put the correct reading, when he says in, he's actually meaning
Saint
according.
Ambrose right next to him.
That bro. Okay, so Book 9 De Trinitate. He just means like according to. Okay.
According to, bro.
Where does he say that?
No, you see, you're just not reading him in the what's it called, the Agan interpretation.
Oh my god.
I wasn't even thinking about the internet beef just from pure skill. Dyer is seasoned debater. Ananda was less than a year baptized. Yeah, but he has pretty good rhetoric, man. Like Ananda has really good rhetoric. He has the ability to control a conversation pretty well. Even if maybe he doesn't at the time of like, you know, like when he first started debating know as much, quote unquote. Like he still has the ability to make it seem that way, even if it doesn't, which is what rhetoric is by definition.
Yeah.
So
I would put Ananda and Dyer in the same tier. To be honest, but
How about Andrew Wilson?
it depends on the topic, but I'd say that overall he's the same tier as well.
politics, in terms of politics, I would say same tier. But in terms of theology, I don't know about that one, Twin. I do not know about that.
No, sir.
No,
Saint-
Bro, I remember when bro tried to put Rise Wolf on Not Bad. Gosh.
Oh, because
And Fulgentius, very hard.
Dude, he's perfect at gaslighting people. Man.
No, he's not.
Saint Fulgentius, where?
I would either put him in very hard or hard. Saint Fulgentius is not that easy to read at all.
Saint Mark the Monk. I don't think that's a guy we can read.
Saint Hippolytus.
Who is that?
of
I don't
Rome.
remember him.
Saint
Saint Mark the
Hippolytus.
Monk. That's third century guy, right?
So
What's up,
Mark the
Marcus?
Ascetic.
Mark the Ascetic. Yeah, that's a.
He's in
That's-
the Philokalia.
Oh yeah, I haven't read him, man. I can't do anything on that.
Saint Nicodemos de Hagariti.
I'd say
Saint
he's not. I'd
Nicodemus.
say he's not bad. Mark the Ascetic.
All right, we'll put him down there then for now.
Someone that said they
said
put
Saint
Nick and
Nicodemus.
Bryce.
What is Saint Nicodemus?
Saint Nicodemus. You don't know him?
No, I
Nicodemus the Hagurite?
haven't read him.
Oh my gosh, he made the rudder. That's like master level, dude. He made a commentary of every single canon.
Apophatic
rudder.
turned into an automaton for a second. Did you hear that?
What about Jesus?
What?
Jesus. Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, he's also in the Philokalia too.
Who, Jesus? I know.
No, Saint Nicodemus. Saint Nicodemus the Hagurite, bro.
You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot.
Put him at master level. Put him at master level.
Who, Saint Nicodemus?
Where are we putting Jesus on this tier list, guys?
God.
Is there something above master
Who are we putting God on difficulty to read?
Difficulty to read.
It's funny too because like you'd probably put him as like introductory, right?
Knowing
because,
these Latins, they'll probably put him below Saint Augustine.
Nah, bro.
They'll put Aquinas over him.
Jesus or Aquinas, man. I don't know. That's a really hard choice. I'm kidding.
Saint Porphyrios.
Introductory.
Yeah, he's very chill with his works.
He's chill.
He's very chill.
Bryce thinks that halal Christian should be on this list for.
Yeah, that Rizwolf take was wild, man. Everybody, shut up, man. Everybody, shut up. All right.
Did y'all put
I was
halal
in a- I
Christian?
was in a moment of vulnerability.
Bro, you also put Copa higher than Dom, and Dom's hot Copa.
God. Oh man. First off, scripturally, I think Copa knows more.
Then Dom?
Yes.
Nah. I love Copa, but nah. Even he would say that.
I love, dude. Freaking in terms of just scripture, not in terms of metaphysics.
Yes, in terms of scripture.
Because like Dom is way better at freaking metaphysics and stuff. You guys are gonna make me make a fucking another one of these.
All right, where we putting Bryce J for his Filioque book on here?
Okay, dude. Wait, Bryce J for his Filioque book.
I wrote it.
Nobody cares about your
I finished
Filioque
it.
book.
You know
My
that.
Filioque book is gonna be way better. It's gonna be way better.
You read
Okay,
it?
guys? Have I read your Filioque book?
You
No,
read
but
it against Filioque?
no, but I've seen your notes. I've seen them, Bryce.
No, you haven't seen my book.
I haven't seen your book,
Bro, probably just copy and paste it from
But-
the freaking click.
but,
No.
but mine's definitely better.
Or we put Dostoevsky.
Like-
Can I
like-
join?
actually-
Absolutely. The Streamyard link is pinned, and I know that's Pope.
All right, let me invite
Join
Ahmed
the live
Qureshi in
and
here.
debate me because I want to debate.
Ahmed Qureshi.
bored.
Where would you guys put Fyodor Dostoevsky?
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky.
Is he a church father?
I
Is he a-
don't think he counts as a church father.
Well, we need to make a meme. Is Dostoevsky church father level?
right, where are we putting-
Zornikov and Prokopovich for Filioque. Zornikov, absolutely. but
Zornikov, very
Zornikov
hard.
book.
Hey,
Be
where are
very
we
careful
putting?
with the Zornikov book. There's a lot of forgeries in that book.
Where are we putting Meyendorf at?
That's not- bro.
Apophatic?
Okay,
There's a
hold
lot
up
of
now.
forgeries.
Hold up. Before we mention Meyendorf, he's like going to be completely introductory. But, well, hold on now. The Papadakis book, okay, not bad. But
Hey,
I'm
what's
going to
your
tell you this.
opinion? What's your
Zornikov, bro.
opinion on-
Hold up. Zornikov, I'm going to tell you this right now, bro. So, in the Filioque book that I'm writing, I'm giving a brief historical exposition of the events that led up to the Council of Blackernay and the Council of Florence. And I'm citing a few secondary sources, right, on Byzantium and the Crusades, after the Fourth Crusades, Jonathan Harris, Donald Nicole, people like that. Then I have to go to like these primary sources because Zornikov in his book, because there's so many forgeries in Zornikov.
He
he
actually didn't quote a
cites-
single forgery.
Okay, dude. Zornikov cited something
A lot of them.
If you ask me, he didn't quote a single forgery.
He cited George
Nate Latin.
Pachymeres in his Historia, and this was a source that is very important for the history of that led up to Blackernay, or the history of Emperor Michael Palalegos and the Union at Leon. I had to get my friend to translate his writings from French just to make sure that Zornikov was not misquoting someone because he has so many forgeries. So I spent a day translating his works for it.
Yeah, the Zornikov book is amazing, and I would recommend it to
Master
anybody.
level.
But any
Master.
of the quotations that he gives, you need to double check in the PG or the PL, like ASAP.
Absolutely.
That just takes
I
too
put
long, buddy.
I put like a huge announcement. I was like, "Hey man, anybody that can read Latin or Greek, please translate this for me." And
Saint
then I
John
found-
the Short. What the? Wait,
Saint
what?
John the Short.
Who's that?
Philokalia.
He's
I don't read. I don't
he's a
read the
monk.
Philokalia. I listen to my priest.
Vladimir Losky.
He's
I
an
would
early
put
desert father.
I put him as
Vladimir-
introductory.
Vladimir
Where are we
Losky,
putting
yes.
Brother Augustine at on?
Brother Augustine.
Oh, dude, he's church father level. He's like,
My gosh.
yeah, no, brother. Which book by Brother Augustine? The one on Freemasonry or
The one on
the
original sin.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. When that book first came out, I took a picture. I ordered it like, and it came.
Such a
day later.
glazer, bro.
And I posted it on Twitter. I was like, I have the book.
I
St. Augustine is finally vindicated.
Wow.
Like, you got like over
Bryce,
2K
by the
views.
way, that book is actually he got the information from Antiochian priests. So
Actually, no, he got it from Rocor priests at Jordanville because the Father Daniel Frenzen is a priest
typical
at Jordanville.
Russians with their Western apprehension.
Okay, dude, Jesuit.
hey, sir. Last time I checked, aren't we the ones that have the Western?
Brother
Rite?
has not read Father Georges Florovsky.
Okay, Florovsky, really? I put him in his like Parisian school in like introductory level.
Yeah, in
you would
terms of
put Parisian
difficulty to
school
read
stuff
because he's cooking
under
so
there.
hard.
No, dude, absolutely not.
This is what
Absolutely
happens
not,
when
bro.
two different types of people come together. We just roast each other online.
Yeah, see, this is why John
Anything
Meyendorff
from the
was
Paris
getting fried by
Diet and a
people.
black
I don't
This
know.
is why.
Black
This is
roasted
why
each other.
Father John.
Listen, man, I believe-
or not Father John Romanides. Father John Meyendorff was actually getting cooked by Saint Dimitri Staniloy on the Real Distinction.
No, Saint Dimitri Staniloy was cooking him not only on the Real Distinction, but also on energetic procession because Meyendorff literally thought that the energetic procession was only like an energetic relation, like it was purely energies and not just a personal relation, which is why you have like whether the debate between whether like energetic procession is purely energetic or
All
also
right.
hypostatic.
It's time for me to freaking start putting more in here. Joseph Bryanios, master level.
John's a Zulist or I'm out. That's like the liberal school of theology, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Joseph Bryanios, master level.
Greg Bonson, bro.
Greg Bonson.
Greg Bonson is crazy.
Is that elite ball knowledge, Bryce?
Saint Nielos Cavasilas is very hard.
Very hard.
Well, you can't tell me that's not elite ball knowledge.
No, that is elite ball knowledge. That's a good one. All right, Saint Theophanes III of Nicaea is going to be hard.
Are we putting Saint Hippolytus of Rome?
Saint Hippolytus of Rome is introductory.
I agree. John Calvin, Bart Ehrman, Sergei Bulgakov.
Bulgakov, dude.
Bulgakov, I would put him at like church
Bro,
level, bro.
Dude, somebody, one
Gregory,
of the,
Gregory II of Cyprus is going to be very hard.
there was a subdeacon at my
you
church
mean-
who was
you mean-
talking about Bulgakov because he had to do like a whole, focus on him for a whole semester in seminary, and he said he don't know what the hell bro was saying.
Patriarch Gregory of Constantinople, actually, you see, he was a patriarch of Constantinople.
Next we got John VI, Cantacouzenos in hard.
Where we putting Severus at on here?
Yeah, he's a church father, by the way.
Brother.
Not bad section. We have Michael Cellularius.
Where we put not Father, what the hell? Professor Joshua Sijuwade? Where we putting him at Basil?
Professor Joshua Sijuwade.
At very hard because so many damn people think that they know what the hell he's saying. But they don't.
Jonathan Hill.
Simonas,
Hill
Bishop
cooked him, bro.
of Gaza, and not
I'm
bad
kidding.
as well.
Okay, who put Dr. Seuss?
John,
Put Dr.
John the
Seuss.
Deacon in very hard.
John the Deacon, very hard.
Yes.
Um,
Michael Sellos, master level. That's elite ball knowledge, by the way. Theophylact of Orid.
Saint Theophylact of Orhid. Honestly,
Introductory.
what?
Yes, because hold on, and I can tell you why. Plenty of priests will always recommend anything about scripture commentary going to Saint.
Have you read his writings against the Filioque?
I'm just telling you what priests.
Have you? Okay,
Telling you what priests say.
in totality.
So you disagree with clergy?
Well, no. I
So
don't
you disagree with clergy?
Okay, some clergy recommend Romanides, and I don't think you like that.
Okay, so you
Now
still
listen.
disagree
Now,
with
hold
you
up,
disagree
hold
with
up,
clergy?
Hold up.
Hey guys,
Let me
catechumen
explain.
apophatic disagrees with clergy.
Listen,
bro.
I'm arch catechumen. Let me explain. Saint Theophylact of Orhid. Okay, when it comes to his biblical commentaries, not hard at all. Not hard at all. But when it comes to his writings on the Filioque, twin. Come on now.
I haven't
It's
read them
not
personally.
okay. Okay, exactly. You haven't read them? Yeah, so that's I'm gonna stump you on that. So because of his I'm talking about in totality, not just his commentary. In totality, not hard. His writings on the
So
Filioque.
you're
are
gonna
not
put
easy.
him that high because of one work?
Yes. Have you read his writings in the Filioque?
Like I just said, I haven't.
Okay, then you wouldn't know why he's not hard.
Okay,
He's
so
just
what would you say is
not
apophatic?
bad. Not bad.
User 248.
All that just to say not bad? Are you?
The StreamYard link is pinned.
I thought you were gonna say introductory. You were saying introductory. I'm like, that's stupid.
You're stupid.
No, it's doing it again.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Let's go.
No, I
We're at the
remember.
top
I
now.
remember when
Let's see.
Soma said Saint Nicodemos the rudder. Like,
Saint Nicodemos the rudder is crazy.
Nicodemus the rudder.
And then we got very hard. We got Philip the Solitary. W.
Saint Epiphanius.
And then hard we have Euthemius Zegabinus.
I've never heard of this person.
Yeah.
How's Pope Saint Leo not made it on here?
Oh,
yet?
these are all of the elite ball knowledge pre-Black Grenade but post-schism Orthodox writers.
Where
Bryce J
I
trying to
wanna
find the
see.
most random person in the Patrologia to what's it called?
Yes, he
What's
wrote a really cool ass work called Against a Muslim Philosopher in 1100 AD. It was awesome, but it's very
That's
difficult.
based.
It was kind of hard.
Bro
to
doing
read.
all this just to disprove inherited guilt, bro. I'm done.
Let me
What are you
quote this
talking about, man?
obscure author who has who doesn't matter whatsoever, and he's like, no inherited guilt.
Yeah, he said we deny inherited guilt right here, 1100 AD. GG's, you're done for.
But St. Augustine.
What about him?
So we taking a non-saint over a saint?
Huh?
We taking a non-saint over a saint?
Some of these people are saints. Leontius
Is
of
he a saint?
Jerusalem is master level.
St. Justin Popovich.
Yo, Byzantium, bro. Leontius of Byzantium, my favorite Origenist.
Yeah, Byzantium's hard. He's
My
not- he's
favorite
not fun.
Origenist, bro.
Yes, sir.
He would have been a part of the OCA if he was alive during our time. Guarantee it. Basil's trying not to laugh, bro.
Master level, I have Saint John Meropos.
Getting knowledge gapped right now. I don't even know some of these people.
Yeah, he wrote this thing called the Iambic Verses, and it's freaking ridiculously complicated.
Where are we
No
putting
problem. You don't
Scotus
even
down
need
here?
a SCOTUS. John Duns SCOTUS. He's not a church father, but
Insane. Very
master
hard.
level. Master level. No, master level, bro.
No, dude. What?
Have you read his Ordinatio?
Yeah, I've read John Duns Scotus. I'm not putting him in the freaking tier list.
John Duns SCOTUS is master level, bro.
Hey, if he wasn't a Filioquist, he might have been worth
Bro, yeah,
Okay,
he's,
Basil, you're
he's
done.
master
Kick him
level.
out. Kick Basil
Because,
out.
yeah, he's master level, bro. Because freaking you're on page 745, and it's like this is distinction number 642, and you're just like, wow.
I know.
I wonder how many more there are.
He makes like 7 pages on why his argument for why the Filioque isn't necessary is not against his faith. Like 7 pages.
Theodore Abukara is very hard.
Vladika Alexander is my bishop. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Your OCA?
Oh, he's yeah. No, I mean he's retiring this year anyway. So
Not
my
bad.
girlfriend's
We have Saint
OCA. I think she
Theophilus of Antioch.
talks about the origin veneration that goes on there.
So where
Are
we
y'all
putting-
like,
where we
um,
putting Saint
are-
Epiphanius at?
Are y'all Leontius of Byzantium, Maxie?
Very hard. No, I'm not. No.
I'm just saying, bro. People in the OCA
Brother.
Or kind of Leontius of Byzantium maxing sometimes.
exactly. So yeah, sometimes. They're the real Latinizers. What's like about a new skeet? Okay, that's like Latinizer Central, bro.
No, dude. I'm talking about freaking the Latinizing that went on during the time of I can't remember his name. Never mind, I give up.
Exactly. There you go.
No, I know who it is. Actually,
More Russian
actually, I
Jesuit.
know how to get the name immediately. It's Ananda's patron saint.
Okay.
Nectarios?
Yeah, Nectarios, Saint Nectarios. You
Saint
ever read his
Nectarios
writing?
of
You ever read his writings? You ever read his
Inherited guilt-
writings
Inherited guilt
specifically?
affirmer.
Dude, shut up. Listen to me for a second. Have you ever actually read his writings of the school that he was teaching at? He was teaching at a Greek school that actually was completely taken over by quote unquote Latin-minded theology.
Oh, that's
Super
based.
Super based. No. He was very against it. That's what made him based.
No, I
He
mean,
said that
basically,
that was-
he taught inherited guilt.
Oh my gosh, bro. Literally, dude, you guys fucking say you guys say inherited guilt, and then it's literally just the guy. It's literally just like the saint that you quote, just saying like, and then Adam transgressed, so we have guilt, and like that's the whole thing. You're just like, see, inherited guilt.
Haste. What?
Ah, guilt.
You guys.
Yeah,
use
so
the most-
Saint-
you guys
Saint-
use such
Saint
a very
Augustine-
specific term.
Saint Augustine in Book 1 of Against Julian says,
Saint Theophilus the Recluse. Yo.
Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we have Saint
Can we get Saint Epiphanius
Nectarios
on
of
here?
Agina. Where'd you put him at?
Saint
Yeah,
Epi-
Saint Epiphanius would be
Epiphanius.
very
Where
hard.
are you gonna put Saint Nectarios?
Huh?
Where are you gonna put Saint Nectarios of Agina?
Very hard.
Yeah, I agree. Saint Philaret draws or
Saint Philaret. That's hard. But something I love about Saint Philaret is his answer to Augustine's psychological analogy. Super big
I
up.
like how he teaches inherited guilt.
Same.
You guys are gonna make me not want to stream with you anymore, man.
Okay, we're only making
Hey,
jokes, bro. We're only
bro.
making jokes.
They can't be, but brother. it's
Guys,
not
I think-
we're gonna
necessary.
do the
It's
vlog.
not
Bryce.
necessary.
We're
Bryce
do the
isn't
vlog,
gonna.
Bryce.
Bryce isn't gonna give me any more syllogisms. He's just gonna beat me with a stick, bro.
I'm gonna go with the.
Beat
I'm
me
gonna
with a
vlog with
stick.
Bryce, and then we
Like
just
I
do
don't be like I don't give
guilt.
a shit if technically speaking you can say it, bro. Just stop.
Bryce is imputing the guilt to Basil, bro.
Unnecessary. You guys are stupid.
Okay, I'll stop talking about it. I'll stop.
Gosh, man. It's the reason why these guys get pissed off at you, bro.
Bryce, I love you.
You guys find
Only
every
bring it up
reason
around Bryce
to
because it
say
became
it.
a joke.
You
Bryce,
just
it
try
became a joke.
to bring it up every chance you get.
Bryce,
bro,
I,
why?
Bryce, I love you, bro.
Huh?
I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I brought up Latinizing because people started to talk about Latinizing shit in here.
Okay, buddy.
So then I brought it up.
I'm a
Hold
Latinizer. Okay. Totally,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Totally, bro. Totally, I'm a Latinizer. Okay.
Of course you are.
Shut up, Basil. I'm writing a
I
book.
haven't read the
against
Barnes
the-
book yet. Of course you're a
What's crazy is
Latinizer.
that I'll write like a book, particularly against the Latins, and get called a Latinizer. Like, that's me doing the soy face. I'm like pointing towards my book.
Wow.
Anyways, we'll stop talking about the.
That's literally like that's like the freaking
talking about-
that's like the semi-Aryans at Nicaea going, dude, we technically agree with you in a sense.
Okay, dude. We'll stop talking about the inherited guilt stuff. I'm just gonna put the guilt in the bag.
Sure, the son is homo.
Put the guilt in the bag, Basil.
What?
Put the guilt
Put
in
the
the
guilt
bag.
in the
bro.
bag.
Put the
If you
inherited
think
guilt in the bag.
All right, now I'm quoting apophatic. Let me go to our-
What
Put the inherited guilt in the bag and put SCOTUS in the bag while you're at it.
I haven't read him, so how could I put him in the bag?
Bryce, you've read more SCOTUS than Basil, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Bryce
man,
is
I've read-
technically
I've
a
read-
bigger Latinizer than me.
I've read plenty of SCOTUS, dude. I've read freaking John. Like I said, I've read John Poinsot. Like,
Yeah,
I can't,
like I said, Bryce is more of a
say his
Latinizer
actual
than me.
titled name because then Basil crashes out immediately. You said St. Thomas?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, John
That's his name, bro. John of St. Thomas. That's his name.
That's his name.
Why are you saying Saint? bro? You're
Miko
saying John of
got
Thomas.
mad at me because I called him John of St. Thomas. He was like, "No, John of Thomas." He like corrects me every time I do
people
John
get
of
mad
Thomas.
at me. You know, people get mad at me when I freaking like say that Thomas Aquinas had good arguments for diophysitism. They don't like that shit.
He was a Nestorian.
No,
Thomas Aquinas
yeah.
had good arguments.
All right,
for
bro. All right, bro. Now
diaphysitism.
we're doing this. Now
Scotus
we're
had
doing
good
this.
arguments for diaphysitism.
What the heck is going on? What is
Now
this?
we're doing this.
What?
Add to stage. What is this?
What?
New Advent.
What? It's my
Hold
baby.
on.
thing. What?
This is your baby picture, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What the?
Can we show everyone?
Yeah, man.
Bro.
Yo. Yo. Hold on a second.
All right, take this down. Yeah, take this down, bro. What?
Who's Basil's father?
Huh?
I'm Basil's father. Who is that?
I'm his dad.
You're his dad?
I'm his
Did
daddy.
Scotus think of a substant accident view of the two natures? Yes, he did. And that was really cringe.
That was really cringe.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why he's still a little heretic.
What's up, Apophatic?
I know he's condemned to hell.
Correct.
I'm not a Latinizer, guys. Trust me.
Say anathema to Scotus right now.
Anathema to Scotus, bro.
That's super huge, bro. Such a W of you to say like that.
I know, right?
All right.
I think
So
I think
when-
the heretic title is losing its
Alright.
weight.
So since we want to do this, this is Aquinas, Summa Theologia, third part, question 10, objection 1. The man assumed is reckoned with the divine Trinity in the knowledge of itself. How is this not Nestorian?
Are you about to wait? Hold on. Do you think that assumed man theology is Nestorian?
No, I
Say
don't.
that.
But the way that he's saying it is.
Okay, how is it? How's it Nestorian?
All right,
Please,
let me read the first part.
dude, you're about
It
to
would
make me
seem that
freaking
the
defend
soul of
Thomas
Chr-
Aquinas, bro.
It
I
would
can't believe
seem that
this.
the soul of
Christ
Christ
Jesus
comprehended and
becomes Aquinas,
comprehends
bro.
the
The
word
word
or
is
divine
made.
essence. For
Jesuit
Isidore,
influence.
What? Say it again.
I guess I can't speak. People are cutting me off.
I had a good day at work, by the way.
Oh, good man.
What does got to do with us?
Shut up, boy.
Bro hasn't
He's your
called me
dad.
in
He's
months
your
and
dad.
wants to talk.
All
You
right.
haven't called me in
Basil,
one.
Basil, read it again.
Yeah, it would seem that
Good
the
boy.
soul.
Good boy, you read that. Good little boy.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Can
I
we get him off? Can we get him off of here?
No, you
Out
don't
of
have your
here.
mod
Get him up
power.
out of here. Get him up. Get this
Kick rock.
this guy up out of here.
You're pointing at Anthony right now.
Anthony.
I'm not. I'm pointing at this.
Yeah.
You're
guy.
pointing at Anthony, bro. You're shit.
Anthony's over here.
Nope.
No.
That's where Pope is.
All right, get him out of here.
No.
You understand? You
All
understand?
right. Read.
You're
Actually
left,
read the
right.
part that you think is the story.
Nah, bro, y'all ruined it. I'm not reading no more.
Oh, good concession. Good boy.
Bryce, you realize you realize
outta here.
up to the couple
Get outta
days,
here.
buddy. You ain't doing this again. I remember this, bro.
Is
Bro-
Plato
okay,
church father level?
Basil,
Absolutely.
just read the quote and explain.
Nope.
Explain how it's a story.
Nope.
Read
Come
it.
on,
We
bro.
wanna know.
Please.
Come on, please. Please and thank you for cherry on top, Basil.
Come on, read
Say it again. Say please again.
Please,
Boy,
Basil,
let's
will
say it.
you?
Good boys. Look at my little good boys. Look at my little good boys always being good boys. Yeah, good
Okay,
boys.
all right.
Basil,
Read
it's
it,
not cool.
All right, now read
like,
it.
Once it's already like, yeah, now read it.
Gotta go back.
Yeah,
That's a good flag. I like that flag.
read it, bro.
It would seem that the soul of Christ comprehended and comprehends the word or divine essence. For Isidore says that the Trinity is known only to itself and to the man assumed. Therefore, the man assumed communicates with the Holy Trinity in that knowledge of itself, which is proper to the Trinity. Now, this is the knowledge of comprehension. Therefore, the soul of Christ comprehends the divine essence.
Oh, okay. Does Christ know that he's God?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Does Christ know that he's a man as well?
Sure.
Does he know he's a man in his human mind or his divine mind?
Like, what are you asking me? Like, what do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
so the fact that he knows he's a man, is that something that knowledge would that be proper to human nature?
Sure.
Okay, so then what's wrong with what he just said?
It's that Aquinas is a heretic.
Okay, bro. I agree he's a heretic, but that statement's not Nestorian, bro.
Bryce J defending Aquinas. You see, he's the best candidate.
No, because that's a low tier. That's a low tier freaking.
See,
argument.
Bryce is turning into the next Jonathan Hill, bro.
Remember, okay, don't say that. That's gonna get him.
Don't say that.
Basil,
Please
Basil,
don't say
kick
that.
Basil off for that.
I'm just
one.
kidding,
Kick
I'm just
Basil off.
kidding.
That was crazy.
Don't say that.
Never say that, Basil.
Ever.
Damn, making more mistakes in the catechism.
They're gonna ban Bryce J. You better not do that.
Yeah. No.
It's gonna be another announcement. Okay, stop.
No, I just don't like
knowledge.
making I just don't like arguments that I think are dumb.
Mhm.
Personally, even if they're not true, or even if that person sucks.
Remember, Basil. This is like when Ananda went.
Bryce,
through
I'm just
Calvin-
trying to make the stream entertaining, bro. Chill.
Basil, this is when
get
Ananda
it.
went through Calvin's Institutes and he tried to justify why Calvin was Orthodox. Do you remember that? I was debating PSA.
Thank you, brother
with,
John. Good night, man. I appreciate you coming up.
Oh.
Sadly, you weren't able to get your question because
Yeah.
I think you never brought it up.
Good night. God bless. But yeah,
Theotokos, bro. Yeah.
we were debating PSA. I was debating PSA with Ananda, and he was like citing John Calvin and saying that it was
Why were you debating Ananda on PSA?
because I disagreed.
No, I gotta know. What? On what?
PSA.
Yeah, like what do you agree or what do you disagree with?
Well, I believe that Calvin did teach that the Son was damned to hell by the Father.
You did. It's in the Institutes, bro.
I know, and he tried to go to the Institutes and justify it as Orthodox doctrine.
Oh my god, he's just like Oob. He's just like Oob.
Yeah, just like Ube.
Same shit that Oob does, bro.
Yeah, he was saying, well, if we interpret hell insofar as hellish pains on the cross, then it's okay. I'm like, dude, that's
Oh
not
my
how
gosh.
Calvin interprets it. So,
Dude, like it's so stupid, man. Like, good lord.
yeah, I was just saying, I literally what sparked the debate was I was like, Ananda, dude, we would say that obviously we believe in substitutionary atonement in a sense, but not in the sense that Calvin taught substitutionary atonement. He was like, well, no, bruh. What do you disagree with Calvin on, bruh? And I was like, well, the idea that the Son was damned by the Father, and he was like, that's not what Calvin taught, bruh.
He
And we
doesn't
went
teach
to-
that. Only the new reformers teach that.
We went to the Institutes, and I was like, here it is. And he was like, actually, that's Orthodox.
I'd be like, you're cooked as fuck, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, dude, I
That's
started,
crazy.
bro. Patriarch of Calvinism, bro. Jeez.
Mm.
Insane, bro. See, would you say that that's real Latinizing, apophatic?
I would say that it's real Protestantization.
Calvinizing. It's Calvinizing.
Calvinizing. I wouldn't call it Latinizing. Latinizing is like uniate shit.
Listen,
I would call this.
What would you say, you personally, apophatic? What would you say a real, a real Latinizing doctrine would be? Like a real Latinizer.
Anything that
Lat-
Isidore of
a
Kiev.
a real Latinizing doctrine. I would say it pertains to a a Latinizer, which pertains to a person that's incorporating Roman, like immaculate.
No.
Immaculate conception.
Mm.
Immaculate conception would be the term that I
That's
would use
real
for
Latinizing, you'd say?
Yeah.
That's
Immaculate
base to say that's
conception.
Latinizing.
Trying to say that Blackernay agrees with the Filioque. There are some people that
I've never heard
genuinely-
somebody go that far.
You want me to show you? I could.
Yes, they
Dude.
have.
Yes, they have. Zachary of Ulster type Latinizing. That needs to go. That's down to hell. That's out. Do you know who Zachary of Ulster is, Bryce?
Mm-mm.
Dude, if you go on his Twitter, he's like this. He's in my server, Orthodoxos, but he thinks that we agree with the Latins on the Filioque, and that he thinks that Blackernay doesn't disagree. The Council of Florence, where they teach the Filioque, isn't bad. That Catholics can be saved. Those are real Latinizing doctrines. Things like, I don't know, the
Don't you think
virtual distinction between essence and energies. That's Latinizing.
Do you think there's minor Latinizing, or it's not like as heavy as that?
That's heavy Latinizing.
No, I'm saying like minor.
No, like, do you think there's
minor
minor Latinizing? Like,
Yeah.
like things that are just like they're not necessarily immediately damning, but they're also like you can kind of like hear what they just said and be like, what? Why would you say that?
Minor Latinizing. I think that so there's major Latinizing, like accepting those doctrines. Minor Latinizing would be something like, I don't know, defending a heretical Latin where he clearly is sounding unorthodox. So, like, for example,
But what would you be defending? Like, what would you defend?
yeah, well, okay, let me try and think for a second.
No, you're good.
Because I gotta think back to my conversations with Ananda. That's what I'm gonna use as an example.
See, like the minor stuff seems a lot harder to gauge, though, right? Because it's like some people may think it's not bad, or it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's controversial, even if it's minor. Like if it's not heretical or anathematized, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, venerating Francis of Assisi. I'll say that. That
Yeah, you're done.
that is some bullshit. That is some fucking.
Hey, wait, Apple. What about
Yeah.
venerating the Sacred Heart?
I think that's fine. Saint Dimitri of Rostov has a prayer to the heart of Jesus.
Nestorianism.
What about the icons though?
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh,
Saint.
So you're just saying the generic wording of it.
like praying to the heart of Jesus is completely orthodox. It's not.
What is the
necessarily-
heart?
what is the heart?
What is it?
A heart?
Of
Yeah.
Jesus?
Yeah. So you're venerating the actual body part of Christ. You
You're
venerate the
lying,
entire-
right?
Bro, there.
Okay. Have you?
You're lying, right? You're not saying that you're.
Okay.
Yo,
You
your Nestorian
venerate
is that's
Josh,
Nestorian as fuck.
No, that's
Okay.
My rhetoric is God tier.
That's Nestorian, bro.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Have you read Saint Dimitri of Rostov?
No,
Okay. Do you believe? That
I
we
don't
can
think that he
we can
venerates the
of
body
Christ?
part. I think that's an analogous.
Can
I
we
think that's,
venerate
like,
the entire? Can we
allegorical.
venerate the entire body of Christ?
I think that you can venerate the person of Christ.
The person of Christ, right? Yeah, we venerate the person. And what does the person have?
They have parts.
Oh, right. They have parts. He has a human
Okay.
divine nature.
Are you your finger?
Yeah. So do you worship? Yeah. So do you apply veneration separately to another nature?
No. I believe
Okay.
the
So
ven-
then,
when we
so then,
venerate
what do you
the heart
mean
of
you worship
Christ-
the body part?
Yeah, worship the body part. It's
Venerate
same,
the body part.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Eucharistic adoration.
I divide the
adoring the body
persons,
of
but
Christ.
unify
When did we
in
do that?
worship.
Huh?
When do we do adoration services?
Yeah, we do. We do it in the liturgy. Not like tantum ergo bullshit. We don't do that. I'm saying in the liturgy,
Hmm.
we do a
Metaphora.
Eucharistic adoration just on a separate service.
That Sacred
adore
Heart shit, that's some bullshit apophatic. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, bro.
Okay, dude. Saint Dimitri of Rostov. I guess he's a Nestorian.
No, I'm not saying. I think that he's not saying what you think he's saying.
Have you read him?
You'd have to show me the quotation. that
Okay,
he's talking
so
about.
okay. Let me show
I
you
don't
real
think
quick.
he's saying what you just said. I'm being
Okay,
real.
can you say that praying to the heart of Jesus is fine?
I'd say that if it's talking about the veneration being the totality of Christ, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's if you venerate the totality of Christ, that's fine. He venerated every single one of his body parts. Literally, that's the prayer of Saint Dimitri of Rostov.
Well,
Literally, every
wouldn't
single.
that just be venerated?
Okay.
Like, I mean,
Is that the totality of Christ?
Yeah, I would
Would
say
you
that.
say? Would you say
I-
that's identical
okay,
to the Western prayers towards
no.
the Sacred Heart?
No,
okay. Well,
I think that when.
So then,
people-
why do you
okay,
say that Sacred Heart is okay? That's just that's
sacred-
that's
well,
antagonizing.
I
bro.
explained. Well, I explained.
Yeah, the insofar as, of course, like I get it. Like everybody fucking does that.
Okay, let me explain.
Why?
Very clearly. Why? Okay, praying and saying, "Sweetheart of Jesus, pray for me." That's completely fine. There's nothing heterodox about that. And people that are Western Rite, they're allowed to do that devotion. And even the
I accidentally I hit a button.
did you just come back on your Samsung, bro? What's going on?
No,
But
what?
no, I'm not. I think that the Sacred Heart doctrine of the Roman Catholics, or especially like the month of veneration, was created by the Catholic mystic and prelest, like engrave prelest, and she's damned to hell. That's what I think. But I think that saying "Sweetheart of Jesus, pray for me" is not heterodox.
What are you saying when you say "Sweetheart of Jesus, pray for me"? What are you saying?
What do you mean when I'm saying that?
Are you saying the person of Christ pray for me, or not pray for me? That fucking. You're saying the sweet heart of Jesus pray for me. What?
Yeah, that's the prayer of Saint Dimitri of Rostov.
Well, yeah, but wait, hold on. But like, do you think he's just referring to the body part?
He's referring to
Person of
well,
Christ.
the person of Christ in his passion. So the particular event of him being pierced in his heart.
Where's this quote?
right.
Can you, I'm curious.
Yeah, sure. Let me get it's actually in his prayer book that he wrote.
Okay.
He's called he's called a Russian Chrysostom because he wrote commentaries and prayer books and stuff.
I understand.
Yeah, let me bring him out.
I mean, so what do you think? Like, sweetheart of G, like, is it just you said in his pat? It's referring to the person within the pat, like within his passion. Like,
Yeah. So the piercing of his heart.
Okay, but
For
do you
example.
think that when he's saying sweetheart, do you think that he's referring to the totality of the person? He's not referring to like how some people in the like West, like they'll just like they're a literal body part, right? Like
Well, I think even people in the West will explain it differently. They won't even say it's just one body part. They explain it differently.
no, I
Now, it
understand.
can dip into Nestorianism if you're not careful.
Well,
But
I
I
agree.
mean,
I think, but that's why kind of I think that's why a lot of people stay away from it. Right?
Yeah,
But
why wouldn't you just avoid that though? Like I don't understand.
okay, so okay, I have many friends in the MP. Saint Dimitri of Rostov is absolutely recommended as a general prayer book for people. If I'm gonna say people that say "Sweetheart of Jesus, pray for me" are Nestorian, then I'm calling the entire MP Nestorian, and it's
Well,
just
we're not.
You
Once
don't
you
want to
wanna-
use that. You don't want to use that logic, bro. Because like with that being said, then like if you disagree with Father John Romanides, you know how many people you're calling problematic.
well, I'm not saying people you call problematic, but Romanides, is not a saint, okay, and he's problematic for more reasons.
Yeah, he
than
may not be a
one.
saint, but at the same he may
Now-
not be a saint, but like the person Saint Demetrius of Rostov was not canonized for theology.
He was canonized for his prayer books, and prayer books. Obviously, you understand that the prayers of the church, the services of the church,
Yeah.
they are inherently like the highest form of doctrine, other than ecumenical councils. So I wouldn't say that his prayer book is like dogma. You have to follow it, but I'm not gonna call Saint Dimitri of Rostov a Nestorian, and I don't.
I wouldn't say that easier. The thing I'm trying to say is that even if, for example,
I made a whole Twitter
he
post about
made
this.
prayers about that, like even if he made prayers that kind of
Now, if you're saying like, I don't know, devotion to the Sacred Heart in the sense of let me cut my chest for Jesus, that's obviously prelest. Like flagellation, absolutely not. That's like, Margaret Mary Alaquoque type bullshit. I'm not saying that, but praying to the heart of Christ is no. You venerating the heart of Christ is not a problem. We venerate the Eucharist.
No,
Is
we're
it,
not.
Dark Sun says, is it asking for the muscle itself or for the person in a literary tool sense?
Yeah, in a literary tool sense. For the
Oh.
person to pray for you through. Okay, remember I said the heart represents what? The piercing of his heart.
No,
Came out of it life and stuff like that. It's his passion is what it represents. But I mean, some Roman Catholics would even explain it that way. But if you read the official Western Rite directory, which is like what the Western Rite people are allowed to do by the Bishop of Antioch, or one of the, I think it was produced by I have to find which bishop. But it was approved by the Synod as the official like directory for Western Rite. They allow the Sacred Heart devotion.
Well, no, did it?
But-
Wait, I'm curious, but wasn't there an issue with some Sacred Heart devotion in the Western Rite, and that was fake? Like,
Yeah, as a feast day, yeah,
'cause
you
what
should
was
have it as
happening-
a feast day.
no, but what was happening in the Western Rite Orthodox Church and then they had to all get correct? There was like corrections that had to be made. What was happening?
The corrections that had to be made were having it as a feast day. That's different. That's different than praying or veneration.
Interesting.
But let me get the exact, because I made a tweet about it.
Hmm.
I made a tweet about this because I think it's very important.
The icon's horrid. Like, what do you think about the icon? Do you think it's horrid?
I think it's, well, I would say yes. And the reason why is because
Okay.
the icons of like Christ and Mary with like their hearts or whatever, no actual traditional icon has that. And it's not been integrated into the church at all.
I agree with you. It's not 100%.
Now is it what I
Insofar
like
as
call, not I wouldn't say insofar as, but I wouldn't call someone a heretic. I would say they probably shouldn't have it. I wouldn't.
no,
recommend it.
I that's fine. I'm asking what you think about the icon itself.
Yeah, the icon itself. You mean like monastery icons? What they produce? The Hindu site. RB Orthodox.
Oh yeah.
No, just the
Oh, no, no.
the icons that like depict like the
Like
sacred
the rainbow
beating
coming out of
heart
the heart.
inside and all
No.
those things.
No, unless I don't think it should be an icon that you venerate. I'm fine with people having art of it though. I don't care.
Okay.
Like art where there's just like a heart of Jesus, I'm not gonna care too much about that. But if it's like an icon, icons are different. That's something that you venerate.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Just based off of the amount of things that you've kind of described about it, I would, me personally, at least just going forward, like I wouldn't say that we affirm Sacred Heart. That's not a
What do you mean
good
by
thing to
affirm
say.
Sacred Heart?
again, like just the fact that like that's even a thing that can be said, I feel like that's just not a good idea. It's
I
just
never said
not.
we
Bro.
affirm Sacred Heart. Well, okay, what does affirming Sacred Heart mean?
Yeah, the doctrine of like the Sacred Heart that is used in the West.
That's what when you say
what doctrine is that?
What doctrine is that?
The thing from Mary Margaret Alacoque.
Her devotions?
She was the one who formalized it. Yes.
Okay. Wait. So if
that
Saint Dimitri of
terminology.
Rostov, if Saint Dimitri of Rostov has prayers to the sacred, or he didn't.
Well, that's true. That's what you're. So, but you're reading that into it. That's kind.
I'm not reading it. Okay, so him saying, "Sweetheart of Jesus, wounded for our sake by death-bearing sorrows, grief and despair, forgive us in your mercy."
He's referring to the person. In totality.
I understand that.
But I understand insofar as like I get what you I know.
It's not an insofar as thing, dude. I'm saying that people that believe that we can venerate the heart of Christ is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with saying that you can venerate the heart of Christ. We do Eucharistic veneration all the time in the church.
No, I understand that, but
it's not Nestorian. Now, if you venerate Christ's humanity apart from his person, then yes, that's wrong. If you do that.
Okay, but
understand that's different than asking the heart of Jesus to pray for you.
I understand.
Forgive us.
Asking the heart. You're just asking. So it's just what. It's just. I understand what you're aiming. I'm not like I don't think inherently you're saying is wrong, but I'm saying all you're referring to is the person. Like if I just had to look at it in totality, you're just referring to the person of Christ. You're not referring to. Okay, no,
there's more prayers, by the way, to the heart of Jesus.
No, I understand. I've read some of these prayers. I'm just saying that I'm saying that in totality, you're just referring to the person, ultimately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why he includes the entire humanity. He mentions all of his.
Yeah, wouldn't the West just say the same thing though?
I mean, that's what I'm. Yeah, I think they would.
Wouldn't they just admit the same thing when you actually press them on the Nestorianism claim as well?
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, it's just a person."
I don't care if they do that. They can do that.
Are they right?
What do you mean, are they right? I don't know whether Margaret Mary Alacoque was just isolating the humanity as a veneration from the person of Christ or the Logos. I don't know that. I haven't read Margaret Mary Alacoque. What I do know is that prayers to the Sacred Heart, I'm not going to call you a heretic for including them. If they're from St. Dimitri of Rostov, I don't care.
Well, I wasn't even saying like heresy. I was saying that like I wasn't saying it necessarily heresy. I said that
I will say this, though.
It's unnecessary. Right, to say that, like, I guess using that kind of terminology, I think, is like really unnecessary.
Yeah,
I'll say the same thing. I'll say this though, like when it comes to Margaret Alacoque and like, okay, any Latin mystic devotion is imaginative. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No prayers that we have are imaginative. We don't imagine things. So. Yeah. Obviously, our devotions are absolutely different from theirs in practice. But asking the sweet... So I would never say, yeah, bro, Margaret Mary Alacoque's devotion to the Sacred Heart is the same that we have. We affirm that. No, because it's meditative. It's imaginative. We don't believe in that. There's no imaginative prayer in Orthodoxy.
Yeah.
But asking...
What do you think about this thing here? Couldn't we say the same thing about the wrists or ankles of Christ?
Any body part.
Any body part.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's not. See, that's the thing. I honestly like. I would say that you can apply like.
Christ. He includes the prayer to the face of Christ.
Yeah. So I'm saying that if this is something that works towards like all of these things, and it's simply just something that properly refers to the person, calling that Sacred Heart is what I'm saying. I think is problematic.
I think it's problematic for other people because they think that we're reforming like Latin.
That's why maybe you shouldn't say it. Do you understand?
Because you
asked about the Sacred Heart, but I have to explain.
Yeah, you should have said, the way the West does it. No, absolutely not.
But I'm not going to condemn people that are Orthodox who want to have devotions to the heart of Christ, like St. Dimitri of Rostov. That's not what I'm going to do. But I will tell people that if they're doing imaginative prayer, meditative prayer, that's heterodox in every which way.
Devotions to the person of Christ. That's all you're saying.
Well, it's a devotion to the person of Christ through a literary device. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, the reason I say this is because my bio on Twitter was that prayer, actually. It was that prayer for a long time. And I would get people in my comments saying, oh, you include a prayer to the Sacred Heart? You're a Nestorian heretic. You're affirming heresies. And dude, I'll comment, I'll reply, and I'll be like, dude, this is Saint Dimitri of Rostov. This is our saint. He's called the Russian Chrysostom.
I understand that, but do you think that there could be issues?
Issues of what? Praying to the heart of Jesus? No, absolutely.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying this kind of when I say affirming this, right? I'm saying that this can you agree that how the West describes the Sacred Heart, right? There can be a falling into
how they describe it through meditative prayer. Nestorian. As I said, I haven't read Margaret Mary Alacoque in depth to know if it's Nestorian or not. But what I have read,
you can fall into Nestorianism. You even agreed earlier that
you can fall into it if you do it in isolation.
Okay.
If I'm praying and I say, "Sweet Heart of Jesus, pray for me," that's not heresy.
I understand, but that's because you've explained that. But I'm saying that can someone, and is it? I mean, obviously, it is possible. Why am I asking that? Right? You agree that it is possible for someone to fall into Nestorianism in terms of the Sacred Heart. You understand that is possible, right? That's inherent. I'm not saying, and therefore it just makes it bad.
I never said we affirm the Sacred Heart. Those words never came out of my mouth.
Okay. I'm sorry. Do you personally affirm the Sacred Heart?
Do I personally affirm the Sacred Heart?
Yeah, because you're mentioning our Russian Chrysostom.
I would say that Margaret Mary Alacoque and her exposition of it, like meditative prayer, is heterodox.
Is it heterodox?
Yeah.
So
because it includes imaginative and meditative prayer, but simply praying to the heart of Jesus is not bad.
I understand.
Yeah. There's like devotions to the heart of Christ or devotions to the face of Christ. I don't consider that heterodox.
No, I understand. I understand like what it.
But meditative, imaginative, anything like that, absolutely not. But the Rosary, I think the Rosary, nothing of the Rosary other than maybe like
the imaginative prayers or
imaginative prayer is wrong. Like I don't have an issue with
I don't disagree with you. Look, I'm not.
I don't encourage doing a particular devotion, but if there's an Orthodox Christian and he's doing the devotion of St. Dimitri of Rostov, because I have friends in the MP that do that, I'm not going to call him like a heretic or a Latin.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm saying that, would you say that it's, I'm asking you, I'd ask you a specific question, you personally, because you said you don't affirm the Sacred Heart. You never said you affirm or deny it, right?
I never said I affirm the Sacred Heart.
Do you deny it?
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of Margaret Mary Alacoque's exposition of it, absolutely.
But the exposition of Russian Chrysostom,
no, absolutely.
He doesn't make an exposition. Sorry, and I guess
how Saint Dimitri of Rostov formalizes it, because he never encouraged imaginative prayer. The prayer was always to be.
Okay, wait, really, I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you think that maybe then we can just have a term that, look, I'm not here to tell you how to explain it, but I mean, there's just so much baggage, bro. Like when you say Sacred Heart, it's like you gotta.
Well, that's why I don't like saying Sacred Heart.
What do you say?
Point.
What do you say?
Okay. Whenever I say is that we venerate the body of Christ, veneration of the body of Christ.
Is
that Nestorian?
No.
Oh, okay. There's no issue then.
Okay, we could have just said that.
Well, you asked whether I affirm the Sacred Heart. I never said that I affirm the Sacred Heart.
I know.
Right? Okay. We were talking about different like minor Latinizations that are bad, and he asked, "What about?"
I think that would be a minor. I think
that allowing imaginative prayer is minor Latinization.
But that's the baggage with saying Sacred Heart. Like that's just.
I don't know that, because typically in these discussions, as I said, on my Twitter, that was my bio for a long time. But the Saint Prayer of Saint Dimitri of Rostov, and people would call me a like Latinizer that affirms the Sacred Heart, and I have to like DM them and reply, "Dude, this is the Prayer of Saint Dimitri of Rostov."
I understand.
Okay, so if people are like doing the imaginative prayer, that's heterodox. That's minor Latinization. So no, in that sense, I would not agree with the Sacred Heart.
Okay, I understand.
Anything that requires you to be Weasley with words, there's nothing Weasley about what I'm saying.
No, but like you could just say
I mean, I also can kind of understand like what he's saying though.
I get what you're. No,
I mean, it's kind of like
okay. Can I make it more clear?
No. I mean,
I
maybe
can make it more clear. Margaret Mary Alacoque is condemned to hell, burning in the fiery pits. Not a Christian, absolute heretic, who definitely wasn't prelest, who tried to write a devotion to Christ by cutting herself, which is just disgusting.
I know it's gross.
And an imaginative prayer is condemned. The only thing that I'm saying is that merely asking the heart of Jesus to pray for you, doing the devotion of St. Dimitri of Rostov, I'm not going to call you a Latinizer for that. Just not
Okay.
gonna do that.
I mean, okay, but do you understand why someone would think Latinizer if you say Sacred Heart? Can you understand what I mean? Initially,
I mean, he already kind of said that he's not really calling it Sacred Heart.
no, I know, but I'm just
For that very reason, because that term is associated with a lot of baggage.
okay.
I don't
okay,
use that term.
I agree with you. There.
So people that try to say that we affirm imaginative prayer, that's definitely like
That's cool. Yeah, that's just like, come on. I
That's
understand.
So you say that you wouldn't probably use the term Sacred Heart if they say like for example, like if somebody says like, hey, this prayer that Saint Demetrius of Rostov has, you wouldn't say that that's Sacred Heart, right?
No, I would just say it's a devotion to the body of Christ.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, that's different. That's completely different.
Yeah, devotion to his heart. Yeah, devotion to his face.
Yeah.
Devotion to
I
his-
think we should all end this conversation and sing doxology to the assumed man of blessed memory.
Okay.
Crazy.
But that's why I don't like talking about
Crazy.
Latinizer stuff, bro, because it's like there's a lot of nuance and baggage behind it, and you have to be careful what you say.
So, what do you think of the term filioque?
The term filioque.
Correct.
Well, I would say
This
that
means and the sun, bro.
It just means "and the sun." Do you understand that?
What's the issue saying that the sphere proceeds from the sun? What's the issue? With
Yeah.
well, I mean, to quote Craig Trigula, okay,
Trigula?
yeah, Trigula.
Okay.
You know, there's an Orthodox filioque and a Florentine filioque, right?
I'm next to my son.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I love you.
But anyways, I'm saying there's a sense in which like there's an Orthodox filioque and a Florentine filioque. You recognize that, right?
Sure. I mean, if you're mentioning economic procession. Yeah.
Well, eternal manifestation.
Eternal manifestation, right?
Oh, I mean, sure.
See?
Yeah, but I'm not going to use it.
Let me use a better analogy. Let me use a better analogy. Okay, Byzantines were Roman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Orthodox are Catholics, right?
Okay. Yeah, but that's
We're Roman Catholics.
no. Stop it.
Oh, so you just denying now? So you just denying it?
That's an example of insofar as. Okay. Now let me.
And so,
If I'm of the Bishop of Antioch, right? If I'm
Oh,
under
here
the Bishop of
I
Antioch.
answer no more questions.
Am I
Wise
under the
dodge.
chair of Blessed Peter?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'll be a Roman Catholic in community.
You'd be
With the
what
seat
we-
of Peter, with the sea of
Saint
Peter, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, sure.
yeah. So insofar as we're Roman Catholics,
I just can't insofar as my way to life.
Get a load of this
Yeah.
guy.
no, but that's what I mean by like Latinizers.
Insofar as we're Roman Catholics.
That's what I do. Like when people like Latinizers that say insofar as, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Where they say,
I mean, I
like,
have a
"Yeah, we're Roman
question.
Catholics because like
I-
actually, that's some Spurg shit.
Technically, Byzantines are Roman, and technically Orthodox.
They never called themselves Byzantine. They said we're Roman.
I
They
have a
said
question.
Roman, so we were Roman Catholics. So
I have a question. Right, I know this is a random question I'm asking for somebody. Is Padre? Would you guys say Padre Pio is a saint?
No.
Get him out of here.
No,
Hey,
please,
Out of
no.
here.
I didn't do
Out of
anything.
the hell?
I'm at no,
Why
guys.
would you ever ask that question?
So, guys, I want to ask on a deeper level. So, do you think that he appeared in the sky?
No.
No.
That was fake.
And if he did, it was by demons.
Wow. Okay. W. Is there any?
I have a
Catholic-
pretty. Listen. Despite the terms that are called that people call me, I'm pretty.
Okay. Is there any Catholic that you think is he's just a G?
I think that he's a G when it comes to some of the things he says, but then I realize, oh yeah, he's burning in hell too.
Look, I joined
Look,
Black Renee. I joined the Black Renee server recently, so I'm really excited.
I'm banned from Black Renee, so
Oh,
have fun with that.
okay.
I got banned from Black Renee. I got.
How did you join Black Renee, Pope?
Because I'm a Latinizer. I'm following after my son.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
just joking. Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, baby.
That's insane.
Basil,
Actually, I'm kind of glad that I got banned from Black Renee, bro.
Why?
Because I don't want to be in the I don't want to be under Ananda who thinks that like Calvin is orthodox, like his doctrine on PSA is orthodox, bro.
Yeah, I did actually say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a clip of it. Him going to the Calvin's Institutes and trying to justify it. It's the funniest thing ever.
That is
It's okay to like Shia LaBeouf. I agree. He played a good Padre Pio in that movie.
Dude, I really liked it, man. Say Christ is Lord.
Say Christ is Lord.
Say Christ is Lord. But yeah,
Good
Padre Pio, I think that, some of them have certain virtues that we can learn from or whatever.
No,
But
I like that.
but they have extreme issues that needs to be pointed out and recognized and condemned.
Interesting. Okay. No, I mean, I agree. I think that's
It's like I can find some truth in like some obscure Asian philosopher, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to say now he's like, I don't know, so this exalted guy. Our
Yeah,
idol should be the church.
Gemistus Plethyn was pretty cool, but he's not a Christian.
interesting. Interesting stuff.
To be honest, I like Francis
Francis.
of Assisi, really, bro.
Ban.
You know, I have a prayer
Yeah.
book. No. So here, what do you guys think of this? I have a.
Oh,
I have a
freaking.
What?
Actually, sorry. I just wanted to make this. Saint Bede, apophatic.
Yeah, same bead. He's beat.
It does. I read like a little bit of his works recently, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. His opinion on animal death is cooked.
The one about purgatory or animal death?
Animal death. About how death was actually natural to animals, I think is crazy.
Yeah.
That was something I actually debated with Ananda about. That's why I've thought about it.
Yeah, he believes it was natural to animals. Some other saints do teach it as well. It was natural to animals, but not to man. Yeah.
I have this. Hold on a second. Let me actually show this really quick.
How did apophatic fall? Okay, just because I'm doing a stream of Bryce J does not mean I fell off. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, me and Buggy are cool, man. So it's not because of that.
No, that's what he means. That's what he means, bro.
But I'm gonna take a picture of this and I'm gonna have Bryce pick because I want to see what you guys think. This is I got this from a Greek Orthodox church that I used to attend. Take a picture of this really quick.
If it hasn't heard Francis.
Hold on. I'll just tell you, it has. This is in. You guys can read this. Let me just go ahead and send this really quick. Well, I'll just tell you. It's from
thanks.
this. Yeah, it's from this Greek Orthodox church. Father Alexander G. Leonidas, I think, made this prayer book. I don't even know if that sounds familiar, but there's a prayer from Saint Francis. It literally says Saint Francis of Assisi, page 18.
Throw it in the trash.
Oh, like here, let me just let me just send this to Bryce on his.
You're part of a Greek church? What?
No, hold on. No, so guys, this is a Greek church in Florida. It's the book is typed Prayers for Orthodox Christian, and then let me just send this to Bryce really quick. So maybe Bryce can. Well, I don't even. There you go.
I do want to make an announcement, okay, just to clarify some things. But
There you go, Bryce.
What's your announcement?
Yeah, it's just about being banned from Black Renee and Sig server, but
Okay.
yeah, that bro. I just want to clarify. I don't like the Latinizer term. I don't like using it. I only do it as a joke because it's funny.
I don't think there's
Because
anything
of
wrong
the
with it.
different debates between the communities.
Mm.
And I don't advise people to like read post-schism like Latin heretics.
Yeah, I don't either.
What do you think of prayers?
The only time I would advise that to someone is if they're trying to read a very obscure theology to refute Latins. Other than that, I don't care. Like, you're not reading it.
Oh wow, you're right. Look at that, bro.
Yeah, there's.
What is
But I don't think it's that bad though. Because let me go ahead and read you this prayer.
What does it say?
There.
It actually have prayers to Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go. I'll read it to you.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's literally just this prayer. I'm actually gonna send it right here.
Doesn't matter who it's from. It's the fact that they call him Saint Francis, bro.
You think that's a problem? But here, this is the.
Yeah,
prayer.
he's not a
You
saint.
call him John of St. Thomas.
No, I have
Right.
to. That is insane. Hold on.
That's different.
But Bryce.
That was his title that they gave him. I can't
This
avoid
is-
that.
Well, here. Look, that's the prayer. It's not. I mean,
I call him John Poinsot, and no one has any idea who that is.
Read the prayer.
Okay. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
See, it's just like a simple like.
I am not a 6.5 PSL grudge. I am not a 6.5 PSL.
Apophatic equals.
Yeah, this is actually crazy. This is
2.5
really. So this is cooked. I should toss this in the bin.
I mean, I would just avoid the other prayers or that prayer, I guess. Granted, the prayer itself is not bad.
I understand the prayer is not bad. The
I
prayer
just think
I would
it's
cut
just
out the like literally. I'd get a pair
that
of
one
scissors.
section that says
That
saint.
one section that says
Yeah.
just cut that out.
Can I put white out on it or something? Like,
Get like some paint.
In God is the will to beget and begetting identical in a sense.
wait, that's crazy.
Secundum quid.
See, I thought I was tripping though. I was like, man, maybe I'm just like super just like ortho broing right now. But then I just realized like, no, this is not right.
No, Francis of Assisi being labeled as a saint is wrong.
In a Orthodox prayer book. I mean, it's the local church's prayer book. So
Yeah, wrong.
should I?
Not canonized at all in the Orthodox Church. There's no
should I-
church that canonized him.
Oh, so you're saying that like the clergy at Abdul's.
Oh my
What the hell did you just
God,
do,
why are you
Basil?
so angry?
Yeah, I'll help him out.
When he ended the stream, by the way,
Been a couple minutes.
let me see the tier list again.
Oh,
See what
okay.
we got going on here.
We gotta pray for Greek Orthodox churches, bro. What the heck? Why?
We gotta pray for GoArch. We gotta pray for OCA.
I go
You
to
don't
an
gotta
OCA
pray for Antioch because
Yeah,
Antioch's base.
but I go to an OCA church, but it's like base. Like no, like you understand me?
Do y'all have like a big icon of Origin and the bishop comes in and he
We
like,
don't. We don't.
And then
We're-
everybody turns into a
That's
circle.
crazy.
We're anti. We're,
Turns into
we're
a
anti.
circle.
We're anti-origin. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Can you prove that?
Yeah,
It's
my
looking
priest.
good.
My priest is
Post it in your
absolutely.
server or something, Bryce.
Huh?
Let's post a tier list in your server or something.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is enough people.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm not throwing away this prayer book because it's in simple English.
Yeah, just throw away that one page and just cut out-
Why? What's the problem with having that word on the page? Are you
What do
gonna-
you mean?
Dude, what's gonna happen? Is the page like magical or something now, bro? Because it has.
Dude, you're gonna get like into pre-list. Like it's
How am I gonna get to pre-
Okay, I'm
What am
kidding.
I gonna do?
Oh my gosh, you don't want to mark out a passage in a book that says St. Francis.
Dude, do you think I want to go-
Latinizer?
Wait,
This is
wait, hold on, hold
Latinization.
on.
This is minor Latinization.
Do
This
you
is
think-
some, this
do
is
you-
some minor Latinization? From,
Listen, do you think that I want to go downstairs, go into my toolbox, get some white out, and just white it out?
You see, listen,
Yes.
this is some minor.
I think if you actually cared about being a based Orthodox Christian, that you would.
Dude, I have 3 prayer books.
have to be
okay?
based. This is Brocore. Okay, sir.
Looking at
Listen.
virtue signaling, talking about how many prayer books he has.
Yeah, I am. I am virtue signaling because apparently this prayer book's bad. So I have other prayer books that are apparently fine. Virtue signaling. Virtue these nuts.
Okay, bro.
Anyways. Okay, I'll white it out. You're right. I'm sorry.
There you go. Bug. The tier list is basically the difficulty of reading these church fathers. But yeah,
This is so base though. I like.
is
this
there a
house.
link to join? I am not RC or EO. Yeah, there's a Streamyard link actually pinned on the chat.
Yo, Apple, what do you think about? I'm like lazy. I read like the ancient faith prayer book right now, and it's like
Mhm.
simple English. What do you think?
Ancient faith.
Asking
prayer book?
catechumens for their opinions. Yeah, get him out.
Yeah,
Insane.
why are you asking
Asking what he thinks, bro. What do you think then? I'm sorry,
He's
bro.
a catechumen too.
Yeah, what's wrong? I can't ask him a question, dude.
Nah, bro.
See, you have to have a blessing to answer a question on the internet.
Oh my gosh, I'm just asking what you think about simple English versus like that's all I'm asking, dude.
Would you rank Muslim apologists? I don't know really. Probably enough of them to get like a really good one going.
There's Anthony here. Where's Anthony at?
Can you guys hear this?
Wait,
Yeah.
somebody say Anthony? The heck?
Yeah, of course I said Anthony. I love you.
Anathema
What's
to
up?
the Uniate.
I love
to
you.
the Unia, bro.
Oh, yo, check the private chat
Private chat.
in the Streamyard.
Okay.
Wait, what Greek church is it from? Oh, sorry, I'm not. It's in Florida, Anthony.
Well, I was asking because that's where I live.
Oh, near the okay, I won't say like I'll just say like near the Boca area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't have to worry about that then.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
This is so amazing.
I love this song so much.
Can you make it louder, please?
Yes, absolutely. The lyrics, bro.
Oh, right.
Repeat the lyrics for me then.
You can read it, bro.
Yeah.
This is a perfect way to end stream to this.
I know,
I'm gonna be honest.
exactly.
The perfect way. Thank you, Bryce. I love this song.
Oh my god.
I can't wait till Christmas.
Синочка зродила, спи, Ісусе, спи, маленький, спи ти, зіронька моя, твою долю, мій миленький, тобі співаю я.
Wow.
Ніжно цілувала, пеленою крила, поклала спадки, тихо пісню завела. Виростеш ти, синку, станеш ти дорослим, у світі підеш, дитиночка моя. Спи, Ісусе, спи, маленький, спи ти, зіронька моя, твою долю, мій миленький, тобі співаю я. Любов Господню і Божу правду, і світло віри людям своїм понесеш. Правда буде жити, гріха окови розіб'є, но на Голгофі умре дитятко моє. Спи, Ісусе, спи, маленький, спи ти, зіронька моя, твою долю, мій миленький, тобі співаю я. Спи, Ісусе, спи, маленький, спи ти, мій рожевий цвіт, і з надією на тебе дивиться увесь
Did Basil really just leave? No, he didn't. Okay, he was just sitting over.
I'm
Nah,
about to
but
because I
there
gotta go to the bathroom.
That was really beautiful. I love that.
I love that freaking song, man.
Explain that.
Yeah, man. that I would probably go ahead and call it there. That was a good stream. Everything went well. Talked about some good topics. That was episode 1 of that. This is in the future when I do these, right? It's pretty much going to be kind of like a open podcast per se, right? Where it's there people, if they want to come up here and talk and participate, they can. Whether or not, like they're Orthodox or whatnot, it's obviously going to be Orthodox ran. But it's pretty much just going to be a recursive thing that continues. Sometimes it'll be debates, sometimes it'll be reactions, sometimes it'll just be hanging out talking about Christianity, Orthodoxy, blah blah blah. Sometimes it'll be lecturing, and it could be literally anything. I still plan on doing TikTok invasions. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I need to schedule another time to do those. And then I'm obviously still going to be doing my lecture streams as well, which like I keep the format as I've had them, where the streams are free, of course, and then they become member only as they're re-uploaded. And then I want to get back. Here's the thing. I want to get back into doing TikTok lives. But the problem is every time that I try to do that now, nobody joins. No matter what topic I do, I get plenty of viewers. I get like 40 to 50 people, but nobody comes up to debate. Literally nobody. I can't get people to debate. So it's either I have to do the invasions, or I have to do a formal debate, or I have to host something like this and hope that maybe somebody sees it and wants to come up. Because YouTube's honestly where it's at right now. Because I am not, like, I'm be honest with you, bro, I'm not using Twitter Spaces. I'm not doing it.
No Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
It's pretty spurred down there, Bryce. We don't want to go there.
Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. Besides, like, I also don't even really know like where to look if I wanted to debate people on that anyway. So, like, it's just not. Yeah.
Well, I did do a lot of charity live streams on Twitter Spaces. Those are pretty good. Like Twitter Space debates. Those are fun sometimes. We raised some money for charity and stuff. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Stuff like that, maybe. I don't know. It's just they get really spurgy people when you go on there.
Yes, Athanasius, we are Eastern Orthodox. William Gregory for $2 says, "Thank you for your work, Bryce. Glory to God." I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support as usual. We are actually extremely close to meeting the overall goal for the DebateCon 6 trip, so that's fantastic. I already paid for everything to go, of course, but the goal that I have, that's like I think 3 months long or whatever, we're already like 70% done with it.
How much do you need?
I think like $300 more and we meet our goal of like everything that I paid for to get there, because I had to buy the plane tickets, the hotel, the freaking tickets itself to get in and whatnot. What topics do you take to debate on? I mean, I'll defend anything regarding orthodoxy, like at all. And I'll also, we could get into patristics and get into metaphysics, whatever you want to do. I mainly talk about things like the filioque and essence energies distinction. That's mostly what I talk about. And then as well as like LPT. So like if you have a problem with the Trinity, I love talking about that. But I'll talk about any topic on orthodoxy. Like I can defend orthodoxy just like generally. So it'd kind of be done whatever you want to do. Would Christology be a topic? Absolutely. Yeah, I can defend Chalcedon if that's what you're asking. So if you're somebody who wants to possibly come up here one of these days to talk about Chalcedon and two natures and whatnot, I definitely would be down to have a conversation with you. You just joined extremely late, so it's not as sadly I can't bring you up right now because it'll probably take a while. But yeah, no, next time that I do one of these, if you want to come up here, we can definitely talk some Christology. I don't have a problem with that. God bless Athanasius. But yeah. So yeah, I still plan on doing all of these other types of streams. I still plan on making more long form videos where I clip things. I'm probably going to clip the entire tier list that we made, like that section of it, and just upload that separately on YouTube for people to watch. And yeah, so that's about it. I appreciate the stream today, guys, especially you guys who came up for conversation and panels.
3 hours I've been on here.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate the support and for everybody that was in chat. Appreciate the panelists, and I'll see you guys next time for episode 2, whenever that happens.
God bless.
God bless.
God